Missed the live show? Don't worry, we recorded it for you. Never miss out on your favourite presenters, guests and makes ever again. Head on over to our YouTube pages to watch back the day's live show and enjoy your favourite demos over and over again. We also have lots of great content exclusive to our YouTube pages, such as product demonstrations, troubleshooting videos, and so much more. Subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you never miss a show or video ever again.
Sewing Street have our very own app. You can now watch and shop from anywhere. Simply download the app from your app store onto your smartphone or tablet, then log in or create an account, and you're done. You can watch us live from anywhere, browse all our recently played items and pre-orders so you never miss out on any show deals, and message the studio to say hello at any time. And remember, you can check out as many times as you want and only pay 1 P&P all day.
Sewing has been part of the great British heritage for thousands of years, starting with hand sewing with English paper piecing and then progressing to machines to give us high-end British tailoring. We are proud to be a nation of sewists. So to commemorate this, Sewing Street is holding Great British Sewing Week. Tune in from Monday the 12th to Sunday the 18th of July for celebrations of all things British. We have the traditional prints from Liberty and William Morris, as well as makes from our talented guest designers. Keep a lookout for some special giveaways and some new and familiar faces. Join us from 8 AM to 1 PM on Monday the 12th to Sunday the 18th of July on Freeview 72, Sky 670, YouTube and Facebook Live.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Saturday morning here, Saturday morning. Lovely. I've got a jam-packed show lined up for you today, but before I start, I've got to be serious. I've got to make an official apology, and I take full, Hannah and I will take full responsibility for it. Basically, on Tuesday, we showed you a can of 505 because we had it as our early bird, and it's normally $7.99, and we were doing it for $5.99. I was getting carried away as I normally do, sort of saying, oh, look at this. And then Hannah was showing slides like this. Oh, look at this. Could be. We showed a slide from Empress Mills, and we were like, look at that price. It's £15. We made a mistake. It was twice the size of our can. So on a normal day, it would, you know what I mean? It's a really good price. And we didn't say it was a bigger can. Later on in the show, I kind of said, Stuart messaged in, didn't he? And said, I'm sure it was a bigger can. So I would like to apologise on behalf of Sewing Street to Charles and his team at Empress Mills for, not misleading, but just saying that it was the wrong price. I kind of went, oh, how much? Their can was twice the size of ours, therefore twice the price. So I apologise profusely if I misled anybody. It was a complete and utter human error, and I'm really, really sorry for doing that. And it's basically, there you go. I'm sorry, Charles and Empress Mills. I'm really, really sorry. I'm also sorry to Glenys that day because I got my words wrong that day and upset Glenys as well. But here we go. So I just wanted to make you know that Hannah and I are very, very sorry. And it was human error, and I do apologise profusely. Okay, so shall we get on with today's show? It is time for the early bird. So today's early bird, you're going to love this. They are Wonder Clips from Clover. There we go. You're saving £9. You are saving £9. Look, these are normally... Oh, hang on. These are normally, are they normally 28? Oh, now I'm confused now. There you go, they're normally $28.99. They're normally $28.99 and they're £19 at 99 pence today. Oh no, how many do you get in there? 50 Wonder Clips for £19.99. I know, now you all use these, you all love them, whether you're making bags, whether you're making quilts, whether you're making dressmaking, everybody uses them. Julie says good morning, Leslie says good morning, Susan says good morning, Dee says good morning, Jenny says hello John on this beautiful day, cousin Susan says good morning, it's going to be hot today, Princess says good morning, Anne says good morning, everybody, Christopher says good morning, what's on your shirt? I'll tell you in a second. It wasn't a princess, it was an honest mistake, totally. Michaela says good morning John and everyone. Anne says what's on your shirt? It looks great from afar. It's people dancing, look. Can you see? Coming close. Oh, Elliot's stressed this morning, everyone. Yes, you are. Well, shall I just do it like that? Then you can do it from upstairs. Here we go. Oh, excuse me. Elliot's bitter this morning. Elliot's very bitter this morning. Anyway, £19.99 for these. Morning, John and crew. Is Paul in? Yes, he is, Anne. Paul's directing today, though. Producing today. Yeah, Elliot is directing, Paul is producing, and I am presenting. Lorraine loves the shirt. Thank you very much indeed. What do you mean I direct from the floor anyway, so it's fine? Oh, hang on. So I'm missing something off the shelf, aren't I? Honestly, it's been one of those mornings this morning. It started off all lovely and slow, and then it got very, very manic and busy. Anyway, £19.99. Keep going through for these. Keep going through. Beautiful. I've not got a panel of the week today, but I have got to tell you about today's competition. Judith says good morning. No, it's a different prize every day, Paul. You should have. You should have yesterday's when we do for later, when we show later yesterday's, and then today's. I can show it live. I've got it here live. Saving £9 on these wonder clips. Laurie says, morning, John and team. Looking forward to seeing Emma. Loving your shirt. Thank you, Laurie. £19.99. Early bird special. 50 multicoloured clover wonder clips. So the little ones, they're lovely. They come in a really lovely little box to keep them in. So they're not going to be falling out all over your workroom. £19.99. Veronica says, good morning, young man. I'm not quite sure which channel she's watching. At £19.99. The early bird special. Okay, I've got to move on. Because Emma's on up straight away. It's what showed. Now, every day this week, we're having a competition where all you have to do is buy something. Right? You don't have to enter a code. You have to do anything like that. You either buy from me or from Yarn Lane. Plain Street or Yarn Lane, doesn't matter. Your name will go in a hat. At about 11 o'clock today, I'll be announcing yesterday's winner. Now, yesterday's winner wins a Kay Facet 10-inch charm pack and a John Scott threads. It's worth about £100, that prize. Anyway, today's gift is this. Not gift, competition prize. So literally, if you buy something today, your name will go in the hat, and then at 11 o'clock tomorrow, I will shout out who's won this. It's the Dazzling New York Beauty Sampler book, and it's the Modern Contemporary Guide to Quilting by Hand Quilting book. Two beautiful books. Isn't it absolutely stunning? That is today's prize. Hang on, we're just getting you the picture now for you. Okay. Now, terms and conditions are on the website. It normally says that on the picture, but I'm going to say it out loud. Morning, gorgeous. I love you all, says Leslie. Susan says, loving your shirt, but my sister Julia couldn't see the pattern. There you go. There's the prize. Today's prize. Now, normally it says terms and conditions on the website on the bottom there. Terms and conditions are on the website. Basically, you just buy something between midnight last night, midnight tonight. Your name will go in a hat, and I'll shout out the name. At 11 o'clock today, I'll shout out yesterday's winner. There they are. Two really lovely books. Right, shall we do today's menu? There's lots to fit in today, I can't tell you. Here you go. So, at this first hour, we've got a twirling and a swirling quilt with Emma Bradford. That's from a lovely book called Diamond Star Quilts. Want to have a look at that? There it is. That's it. Emma's made half of it. Elliot's done a sort of botch it job there, putting it together. That's beautiful, isn't it? Yours won't be a funny shape like that. Then Adaku's here at 9 o'clock. Oh, there you go, right. Adaku's here at 9 o'clock with some beautiful, gorgeous patterns and fabrics and things like that. Then at 10 o'clock, we've got American paper piecing with Emma Bradford. Then we've got American paper piecing with Emma Bradford. That's lovely. It's like EPP, but you don't have the papers inside. Brilliant. We've got all, there's one. We've got all sorts of blocks and patterns for you to follow there. It's lovely. Then Adaku's back at 11 with more patterns. So we've got a dress, a skirt, a trousers and a top. Slides will follow for that one. And then at 12 o'clock, we run all the way down to Yarn Lane and we do knitting and crocheted accessories with Catherine Wright. And they are from, Elliot knows this, with Wool Couture. Is that right? Wool Couture. It was Woolly Chic yesterday, I said. Anatomic. Wool Couture. Anyway, that'll be at 12 o'clock when we do that. So the 3 ways you can get in touch. The first way is by email. So, excuse me. studio@sewingstreet.com. studio@sewingstreet.com. Then we've got the Facebook Live, which is where I've been reading these messages out from. Plan Mini Harney says, good morning, John, Paul and Elliot. Can't stop long. We're off to Bolton, see our gorgeous grandson. Christopher loves an African wax fabric. They're all coming up later. The third way is you can go to the website, www.sewingstreet.com. You click on Watch the Live Show. Then a screen will come up like that. You'll see me there on the telly. And then on the right-hand side there's a box that says Send Message to Studio. You write your message there, and they're the ones that come up. Paul will put those up across the bottom of the screen. Paul's tried to send it without writing anything down. Now, if you scroll down the page, you see, in a minute, there will be 2 columns. There will be Show Deals, which is all the things we've shown on the show so far. And on the right-hand side, there will be one called Pre-Order. Now, we know it's Saturday morning. We know you can't all stay around all day. So you might want to buy now and watch later on YouTube. Every single thing from the next 4 hours is on pre-order. So there you've got the first hour with Emma. Then we go on to, here you go, a darker there, look, oh, beautiful, look at all of those. They're fantastic. They're packed in beautiful boxes and everything like that. $29.99. Then we go on to the hand piecing, American hand piecing. There's all of the information there. Oh, now I need to tell you, go back up, go back up. Oh, sorry. There's a mistake on one of those fabrics. Where's the one with the mistake? Is it go up again? Or has it got stuck? Right, hang on. That one there on the top, that one there, it says Medinilla Monkey Flowers. That's not Monkey Flowers. So you won't get that fabric if you order that one. You will get that one there. Anyway, carrying on going down. So that's more of Emma's there. Then we go back to Adaku's. More patterns from Adaku there. Beautiful, beautiful. Then of course, there's Yarn Lane. We're not going to go to Yarn Lane website now, but everything for Yarn Lane is on pre-order now. So if you want to have a look what we're doing at Yarn Lane at 12 o'clock, please do. Right, shall we start? So let's have a look at this quilt here. So this Emma's made half the quilt, and then Elliot's put the 2 halves together for you to see what it looks like. There you go. That's sort of what it'll look like. It's lovely in one of the colourways we've got. That's the half that she's done. There you go. That's the half that she's done there. Right, so it comes from a book called Diamond Star Quilts, right? There you go. So, here we go. So, Diamond Star Quilts, $14.99. For some reason, you've got £5 off. Don't ask me why. They just come up randomly, these. Anne says, good morning, boys. Gorgeous sunny morning in Lancashire. Anyway, look, so these are all quilt patterns that are based around stars. There are 12 of them. So it's just over a... Look, there you go. How brilliant are all of those? This is one we're doing today. Look, that one there, the swirly, twirly one. But you could do all of these patterns are all... Now, Emma loves a star quilt, as you all know. Oh, yes. Got a little message going across the bottom. Good morning all at the studio from Teddy in Wimbledon. Thank you, Teddy. Here's the book then. There's the introductions. There's the Diamond Quilt Basics. Morning, John. There's Julie here. Love to see you as usual, bright and breezy, making everyone feel better. Oh, thank you, Julie. Sampler project. Look, beautiful. Oh, Teddy again, just looked on pre-order and snagged the trouser pattern. I fancy a couple of pairs of those. They look so comfy. Oh, Teddy, good. Mary, very quickly. You keep looking at the book. Good morning to you, John and team. Can't hear a thing. Right, Mary, what can't you hear? What are you watching on, Mary, and why can't you hear? Well, if she can't hear, she won't be able to hear me saying that, will she? Mary, where are you watching? Why can't you hear anything? Sky and Freeview are working fine. Anyway, let's carry on. Echo Star. All these beautiful Echo Star with pinwheel. I think that's the one that Emma likes best, that one. They're beautiful, aren't they? Look. Here's the one we're going to be doing. Twirling and a Swirling. $14.99. It's already £5, less than it should be. That's nice. That's Christmassy, that one, isn't it? Have you got your volume on? Rotating stars. Right, and you've got Elliot worried now. He's checking every single output. Christmas cactus. It's nice, isn't it, that one? Then you got blue cactus. Let's go a-hunting. Stuart says, morning, John. Oh, it's a scorcher day already. Facebook's working fine. Oh, apparently, if you go to CFAX 888, you get subtitles. Didn't know that. Fasted Winter Star. There you go. Lovely. Isn't it? Beautiful book, that. £14.99, £5 off. Right, I've got two colour bundles. I've got the bundle... Yeah, check out your baskets. Remember, I didn't say that in the early, when we did the early bird. Once you've checked out, that's you done for the day. You have to pay another P&P. You only pay one P&P for the whole day. Right, so here's bundle one. So what you get in here is this is obviously your background. I haven't got the number here, Paul. So I need the fabric breakdown, though. You get four... Why have they taken £5 off this as well? I think somebody might have left the save £5 button on. Right, so how much of each fabric do I get then, please, Paul? Facebook and Sky working okay at my end, says June. $29.99, you're saving £5 on this one. Morning, John, says Sue. Good morning, Sue, my lovely. £1 metre of lavender, 2.5 metres of navy, and 1 metre of silver mink. Now, look, they're the mixers. They're not, none of them are solids. They're all that lovely splotchy fabric. And that's the one that Emma's made the sample out of. So if you made yours out of this, this is what yours would look like. Elliot. No, this is what yours would look like. There you go. That's what yours will look like. And there's the sort of full version. It's lovely, isn't it? Now, the one that Emma's going to be working with is slightly different to that. She's doing this one here. Now, this is what you're going to see sampled in the hour. $33.99, saving £5 again. This is 2.5 metres. Now, it's lemon, this one. They call it cream, but it's a lemon tone, this one. Cream. Yeah, it's called cream, but it's lemon. Aqua metre. And 1 metre of the blue. Beautiful, isn't it? Jennifer says it's going to be a hot one today. Susan's already sitting in the garden watching on the phone. The sun's too hot. And Stuart's going, I love your pricing. Yeah, they're all over the place, aren't they, today? £5 off. Brilliant. That's the one you're going to see demonstrated. Now, I'll do the backing bundles in a minute because I just think we need to get on with some sewing because it's 20 past already. So now we're going to leave the cream ones in because that's the one that Emma's using. Emma's arrived on her bike this morning. You'd never guess, would you look? You've still got your mask on.
I know. Well, it's one of those
Oh,
things.
so it's part of the look, is it?
No, I tend to put it on every day.
Right.
So now when I don't have it on, I feel a bit naked.
It's weird. It's weird. I'm like that with this ring because I never ever wear jewelry. And yesterday I left this in the dressing room when I was getting dressed, and I did the half the first hour with, and it was like really
it's
weird.
missing, yeah.
So your bike's fixed and you're all right, aren't you?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So now, talk to me about this. Is it a, would a beginner be able to do it, or is it more of an intermediate, or a confident beginner?
I would say confident beginner.
Because it looks quite complicated.
It does look complicated, but it is super easy the way that they've done it, because it is just strips.
Right.
So if you're confident with how precise you are cutting with your ruler and your rotary cutter, if you're confident in that, or if you take your time and just think about it, yeah.
Are there lots of points to match on it and things? Oh, no.
No, which is another thing.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. You don't have to match any points, except for the length.
Yeah,
really.
of course. Brilliant. Yeah. Okay, so where do we start? What do you want to show us this morning?
Okay, so I'm going to show cutting the strips first.
Okay, perfect.
I'm just finishing pressing my bit of fabric.
The book is very, very popular.
Oh, yes, and you're right. I do love a star quilt. And these are so nice because it's very similar techniques throughout.
Yeah, of course. What's the matter? John, send me some positive vibes. Oh, Jennifer, you've had a bad week, haven't you? Jennifer, I had a bad week. When I realised we'd upset Charles and his team, that upset me last night as well. And I got upset that I upset Glenys as well. Saw Dulcie last night. Harvey's gone home, by the way. Harvey the cat's gone home. I know. And it was really weird because I think it'll be good for him to go home. I put him in the car and he meowed and meowed all the way back. Anyway, then I got to Dulce's, put the cat in the garden. He was like, oh, I'm home. Moved like this. He was out in the garden like that. Oh, he's fine. Yeah. He's fine. I'll miss him, but he'll be fine. Right. So, okay. So, strips.
Strips, yes, because this quilt is all cutting strips.
Take that off, Paul, please.
Oh, okay. Oh, that bit. So, cutting strips, for people who haven't done it before. So I've got my length of fabric and I'm holding it by the selvage edges. Okay. So it's folded in half with my selvage edges together. And it's very important to do this before you start cutting. I want to make sure that it's hanging. Right. I press it first and I let it, make sure it's hanging straight. So there's no ripples in it whatsoever. And my selvage edges are straight against each other as well. And then I fold it in half again. So my selvage edge reaches to the folded edge, just like that. And you'll see, if I put this here, from overhead you can see. So this is the cut edge. You can see it's all wibbly wobbly on the edge.
Technical term.
Yeah, exactly. It'll always come like that. So whenever they cut it off the bolt, because of the way it's been wound around the bolt, you're never going to get an absolutely straight edge. And it's only about 1/4 inch. Sometimes it's a little bit more off than that. It depends on which part of the bolt you've cut it from. But you always want to make sure that you line up your fabric just like that before you cut it. So like that, and I've got my Stripology ruler.
Right, got the Stripology back today. The non-slip Stripology squared. Very, very popular. It is HVUT35. And I'm saying back in stock, there's only 5 left.
I love this. I love this. I love these rulers, especially for cutting lots of strips. They're so useful. So
yeah, and you can do square. You can square off your blocks with this one as well. This isn't the extra large one we do. This is this size. Wish I bought this long before now. It makes cutting and squaring so much easier. And right from Leslie in Dorset. Thank you.
Yeah. So what it is you've got slots that your rotary cutter fits into. So I'm just going to do my first cut, and that cuts off all those scraggly ends. So I've got a nice clean cut. There we go. And then I am cutting out of this colour 2.5 inch strips.
Oh,
so 2.5.
Glenys is back. I was worried that we hadn't seen from Glenys because I did say something I shouldn't have said on the air on Tuesday. I did apologise on air on Tuesday, but she might have gone out by then. But she says apology accepted. Good, we're friends again now, Glenys. I never meant to upset you at all. Claire says, morning, John, all need some positive vibes. Oh, no. Corona's in the house. Not been a great week. Oh, Claire, you take care now. Oh, dear. We have to do, you'll be pleased to know, we have to do 2 weekly, what are they called?
Yes.
Lateral tests. I did mine last night. I'm absolutely fine. Mine's
Yeah.
clear again today. But it's still, when you see the news, it's like,
Yeah.
what? It's just
Yeah.
so upsetting again, isn't it? We're having an upsetting time, aren't we?
Yeah, well, I think the rest of today should be corona-free area.
Yeah, so we won't talk about it again.
That's
won't talk
it.
Again. But then, I've then got more sad news. Cheryl.
no.
Morning, John. It's lovely to see you all. It's been an awful week since my dad passed on Sunday.
Oh.
I'm living at my
So-
mum's and she has dementia, so trying to keep her and dad's routine as much as possible. Oh, Cheryl. Oh, I'm going
I'm
to
so
cry.
sorry.
Sending our love. Sending
Yes.
lots of love to you, Cheryl. Oh. Right,
Okay.
so we've squared off.
I squared off. I've started cutting my strips. Oh, that
Oh.
one didn't get quite hanging by a thread. There we go. So you can see if I pull this apart, that is the magic of the stripology.
Right, and when you all check out, it's gone. That stripology ruler, so please
Yeah.
be careful. We'll get more in. We will get more in.
Yeah. So that's what you need to do, and it does tell you
Yeah.
number of strips, widths of strips.
So you literally just cut strips then?
Yep. To begin with, it's all just strips.
Okay. Marcia saying, bon dia to the boys team. Love Emma's hair. It's
Oh,
looking
thanks.
fabulous this morning.
Thank you.
You should have seen it when she arrived. Wasn't looking quite so fabulous
No.
then, was it, on your motorbike hair? Mind you, you look wind tousled, but you had your helmet on, hadn't you?
Oh yeah, I did have.
But
one,
it was all over the place.
Yeah. Well, I also thanks Elliot, because I'm usually on at 9 and 11, so I was just prepping.
Oh, I
thinking,
thought you were just taking it, because that's why I said, you're all right in there. You went, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah. So it was a quick 15-minute jobby getting ready.
But
Rush.
it looks nice.
Oh, thank you.
Where's
So-
Mikey? Where's he come with you today?
Oh,
Saturday?
I know, but he
He can't fit
decided-
on the bike, can he?
He can't fit on the bike, and plus, when it came that time, he enjoyed being here, but he said, well, "It's a boring drive, isn't it?"
Oh.
So-
And it's more fun on the bike anyway,
It
isn't
is. It is more fun on the bike. Okay,
Right,
So then-
okay. So you cut strips out.
cut strips out, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets
Hold
of
that
strips.
there, hold that there. Just let Elliot have a look at it.
Yeah, 5 sets of strips that you need to
Right.
get, and it's all visually done, so you can see it's by width and by colour, and they've got the width written down on them as well, so it's all very visual and nice.
So
What
you've
I-
got your 3 colours and it's telling you what strip, which one of the colours to put in which order. And everything.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah, and that's how you sew them. And you can see they're set at an angle, because you'll be cutting them at an angle.
Oh, okay, so you don't waste too much at the ends then.
No. So this is how I have, these are the ones
Oh,
I've
is this
done
what you're
already.
doing in the dressing room? I heard loads of sewing going on
Yeah.
in the dressing room next to mine.
Yeah, these are only half strip width,
Right.
just because I'm just demonstrating with
Yeah.
them. So yours would be twice this length.
Okay.
So they've all set together, all been pressed in the same direction. It tells you exactly how to press them.
Oh, brilliant. That's really thorough, isn't it?
Yes. The one thing I will say, if you do have this colourway, I would either copy these out and then draw them out in the correct colours, or put a little post-it note and put green, blue, lemon, because for me, because when I did it originally, it was in the exactly same colours.
Oh,
it was
of
so
course.
easy.
Yes.
But now I have to think, oh, that's grey, but in this one it's blue, and
Yeah.
so it just takes a minute or two to think about it. So whatever you can do to make that easier,
Uh-huh.
do it. So I've got 1 set of strips left to sew together, which is number 4, which is right here.
Nicola's had a week in hospital. Oh, my word. She feels so much better now. Can't praise the NHS
Oh,
staff
yes.
enough. We agree completely with you
This
there,
out of the way.
Nicola. Emma, you're looking very pretty, says
Oh,
Laurie.
thank you.
Laurie, lovely Laurie. What's the matter, Paul? Okay.
So this is my order. I'm doing the 4th set of strips for this one. That's what I need. So this is the order that they get sent, get sewn in rather. Like that. So that's what they'll end up looking like. So what I did to make it quicker is I'm going to sew this one onto this one, except move these down. I want to make sure that they are staggered.
Right.
So I'm actually going to lay that on there like that, and then start sewing there, so
Right.
that it's a little bit staggered. And the reason for staggering is because you're going to cut them at an angle, it means that there's less waste, basically, so you can get more usable fabric. more usable strip. There we go.
What's the matter, Elliot? Margaret says, morning, John, Paul, Emma and Elliot. Sounds like the Beatles. Going to go out soon, but catch up later. Margaret, put your SPF 40 on or whatever.
Oh, yes. And then the next one. So I'm just sewing them in pairs for efficiency. What you can also do, if you are a little bit uncertain, because some sewing machines will shift them a little bit more than the other, is instead of just pinning it once, I would actually pin it sort of a hand's width all the way along with the strips. It just increases your accuracy.
Suzanne says, morning, John and Emma. Bit late this morning. Shall I get up yet? Suzanne,
No.
I want it to be a beautiful day.
It is going to be nice.
Not just here, I mean a beautiful day outside as well.
Yeah. It was gorgeous ride in. Quite warm already, actually.
Oh no, yeah. Well, it was a bit chilly when I left my house this morning, but you could tell it was going to be a hot day. You know what I mean?
There we go. And this one, these need to be staggered a little bit more because they're wider.
There's no graffiti at the moment, just a few technical issues. Paul's on it though. What were you making last night on your Facebook Live?
I was prepping for today.
I thought it's really weird because I tuned in for a little while and I thought, oh, that fabric looks very much like the fabric we've got on the show tomorrow.
Yeah. So I was actually cutting my strips last night.
Okay. Please just go to the website if you'd like to buy something. Look on show deals because Paul's put everything through. We're just having a few issues with graphics, as you can see at the moment.
That time. So,
is there any reason why you do 2 and 2 and 2 and 2?
Only because I like to. It's a little bit like chain stitching, so it goes a little bit quicker rather than doing.
Yeah.
If I did one and then added a strip, it also makes it a little bit more manageable to sew 2 pairs of strips together.
Yeah, exactly. And also sometimes I find that if you do, because obviously you're only doing half length, so if you're doing full length, sometimes it has a tendency to go...
Skewy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Another technical term.
Yeah. The beach is packed today, says June already. I'm staying in the garden. Don't blame you, June.
There we go. So I do recommend pressing as you go. You can do it at the end. That's a bit of a cheats way. I have done it.
Yeah.
But the correct way is to do it like this. So
and it tells you where to prep and where to press and everything, doesn't it? Yeah.
It tells you the direction of pressing, so that all your seams, which way they should go, and they all go in the same direction, which helps. There we go. And what I would say, I mean, at the price of that fabric, those bundles are set.
Yeah.
It's definitely one you can have a go with.
Yeah.
Because
well, I don't understand why we've taken £5 off. Off both, we took £5 off the. Yeah. Which one's in at the moment? The cream one. This one the one that we're working with now. £5 off there. $33.99. I know.
And I did have because the square itself, the quilt top itself, is 48 by 48. And there was some fabric left. So if you are a little bit nervous and you're thinking, oh, I don't want to do it in case I cut it wrong, you do have a little bit of leeway with the fabric as well.
Excellent. Oh, look. Oh, Joan. Joan says, morning, John and Emma. I lost my husband suddenly 2 years ago, and you have been my lifesaver.
Aw.
I took up sewing again after 27 years. It's really kept me from going insane. Love you all. I love you all, but my bank account does not.
Oh,
oh, Joan, you take care. We're always here for you.
Yes.
I say that. I'm having a week off next week.
Oh, well, I think you read it.
I'm not going working. I'm not got a week off holiday. I'm going to Pavers, film at Pavers.
Oh, I see.
But it's a week in Yorkshire.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to Mike and Julie, because Julie's obviously just come out of hospital from her operation, so...
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Oh, no, it'd be lovely.
Yeah.
Especially if it's nice weather.
And then this one goes on the last.
Yeah, get them in the right order now.
Mm-hmm. No pressure.
No pressure, just live telly. Just sorting the graphics out. If you want to buy anything, please go to the website. Go to underneath, click on watch live, go underneath, and you'll see everything that we've got in this hour. Blimey, look at the size of that handle of that iron on that shot, it looks enormous.
Oh. Move that out of the way. I like that iron, actually.
It's nice, isn't it?
It is. It
It's
looks
not-
big and cumbersome, but it's actually really light.
Yeah, and it's really, really very. The one I bought one just before we got there. It's from another place, and it's not good at all. It's hefty and it doesn't go round buttonholes and all that. That's brilliant. Books very, very popular. Oh, now you do surprise me. So far, the most popular bundle is the navy one.
Oh.
I like the navy one. Don't get me wrong,
the
but I
navy
thought
one.
these cream ones would be fresh. Well, you haven't seen the cream ones
Put
lined
together
up
yet, no.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, not all the creative goods are checked out, even though there's more people got it in baskets. The Stripology squared. More people got it in their baskets than we've got stock of, but not everyone's checked out yet.
And actually, that one's a little bit wider than the one I have at home. It's not as long, but it's easier
If
to
you're
cut
doing
your
lots of
strips. Yeah.
Pressing.
Yeah, this one always reminded me, as I was working on it last night, is Hawaii. It sort of seems tropical,
yes.
Hawaiian.
No way. I love California, see, but we can't go again this year.
No. I was supposed to go in March, but it didn't happen.
No. Well, no, we normally go for October. So we didn't go last year, won't be going this year. Oh no, you can't. I don't now. Unless I heard unless I heard the news wrong this morning, aren't there some issues about travelling to Spain? Haven't they gone back onto amber now or something?
Oh.
I don't know. I could be wrong. It was 4:30 this morning when I was listening to the news, so I could have got it wrong.
There we go. Last one. Go.
I was going to say you've got two creams together there if you put it there,
Yep.
yeah. Oh, Elizabeth, you're being very kind this morning. Joan's right, says Elizabeth. You are a lifesaver, and your few kind words mean such a lot. You've got a lovely soul, and you make me spend lots of money. I hope they're not linked. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. You're very kind. Oh, Pauline says, is the iron Emma's using in stock, please? Now, Pauline, it was the other day, but I'm not sure if it's sold out. If we had it sold out the other day. You need to go to the website and you need to look up Beldray, And there should be 3 different versions. There's the gold one with the small, there's the big gold one, and then the blue one. But I don't know which are in stock at the moment. I'll get Paul to check for you, though. Oh, here you go. We're going to show you. While Emma, you're still just doing straight lines, aren't you? Right, here you go. So you click on Beldray. Is it that one, though? Let's have a look at the... Oh, hang on, but is it that one? Because we've got 2 gold ones like that. They've got different... Look at the picture. Oh... Right, no, because we're doing exactly the same one as that with a different base. But we think it's that one. We think it's that one. Oh, hang on, it'll tell you. Let's just read the more details. The iron, which can be used cord to cord without hassle. The iron is used in 25 seconds. Recharge. Vertical. I think that one's it. Yeah, I think that one's it. But there's only one left.
Oh, it is nice.
It is a lovely iron, though. It is a lovely iron.
Okay. Now,
only because we did the rose and gold one on the cradle as well. And I didn't know if it was that one or not. It's weird that it hasn't got a picture of the rest of it, isn't it?
So this is where you have to be a bit careful.
Why?
Cutting them at an angle. So we're going to cut our strips at a 45-degree angle.
Right.
I just want to double check what size the strips need.
Okay, so now the ruler, all the greater grid rulers are on the website that we got in stock. Emma's using the 24.5 by 6.5, but there's also 24.5 by 8.5 available on the website as well.
Just moving it over. So you can see with that 45-degree line, I actually could have staggered them a little bit more, but that's why you stagger them.
Yes, so you don't waste, because otherwise you'd be wasting like 6 inches of that bottom one, wouldn't you?
You would.
And you've got, is the ruler got a 45-degree line on it then that you're lining up? How
so I am actually using, good question. So what I have done is I have lined up my top of my strips with one of the lines. Oh, you can't see. Move that down for you.
There you go, perfect.
There we go. So I've lined this up with one of the lines on my cutting mat.
Right.
And I'm actually going to use a 45-degree line
on the mat, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my word, you're being so lovely today. Sue says, it's so true about you being lifesaver. You and the whole team have kept me sane during this very solitary lockdown. My grandson loved watching you before school too. I mean, lockdown I live on my own and it's not easy. It's not easy, I know. Right, so you've done the first line at 45 degrees.
Yep.
And now you're just doing so it's going to tell you to do a 2.5, whatever that is.
Yeah, 2.5 inch.
And you just line that up with one of the straight lines on your ruler and just cut up there. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to cut one from each so we can get one diamond. And I would recommend doing this just to make sure that your cutting is accurate and that everything matches up before you start cutting the whole thing.
Oh, okay, yes.
So just do one test one from each.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
We've just got the temporary graphics in whilst they're sorting out the proper graphics for you. So now, is it like a Bargello? Are you cutting different sized strips? Or are they all the same?
They are all the same.
Oh.
Yep.
So you don't, once you know that you're doing, is it 2.5, did you say?
Yep.
Once you know you're doing 2.5, you just cut all of them at 2.5. Mm-hmm. That's weird, isn't it? Because some of them from here look different sizes to that. Anyway.
It's because of the different size strips that you sew them together, everything else is 2.5.
Ghislaine says, morning John, proud of myself this morning. I've changed 2 handles on my UPVC windows. Oh, I had to get a man in to do mine, Ghislaine. Loving Emma's demo.
Oh, thank you.
Now, I don't know if she's talking to me now or to you, because she's put, loving Emma's demo, you are my hero, love you more. So is she talking to me or is she talking to you?
I think you.
You. But thank you. We accept your love graciously.
Thank you.
Is it Sunday today?
Not yet.
Oh no, Saturday. Oh, I'm so confused. When the delivery driver arrived yesterday with all the stuff, I was like, oh, you'll be glad it's Saturday. And he was like, it's not Saturday, it's Friday. I was like, oh no. I was suddenly thinking I had to do my Facebook Live when I got home today, but it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
What time are you doing it tomorrow?
I do it when I'm on air. I do it at 4 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, and when I'm not on air, it's at 11 o'clock in the morning. My Great British Sewing Bee column is in Simply Sewing.
Oh.
It's been shortened though. I wasn't very happy. It's been shortened. Oh, I meant to bring it in for you, Elliot. A picture that Elliot took of me is in there, right? And he actually gets a credit down the side saying John Scott's headshot by Elliot Woodcock.
Nice. As you should. That's right and proper.
It's what?
That's right and proper.
Yeah, of course it is. But then I said, I'm going to give you a name check, and he went, I won't get paid for it then.
Oh,
So-
wow. I see how it is.
He won't get paid for it. What? You doing a what? Okay, I thought Paul said I'm down in a hole. He said he's on hold to the IT team to sort out the graphics. Margaret says that they're all saying exactly how I feel, John. Thank goodness you've been on air this week. It's been a bad one for me.
Aw.
And I'm going back. Oh, no. Good job it wasn't this week you're off. I've watched all the live shows and recorded them. We'll be watching them until my prescription arrives. You really do keep us going. You're very kind. The thing is, what you don't understand, as I just tell it, is you keep me going.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Elliot, is there a bit too much space above my head today? I sit down every day. Yes, I do. Oh! He's in a funny mood. He's in such a... Oh, there you go, John. Just direct from the floor. Showing Street has been a joy to watch during lockdown, says Linda. I will have a holiday. June next week's not a holiday. I'm working next week. But I will be taking most of September off, just so you know. Well, I'm just praying that if it goes into amber still, can I still go? I don't understand the rules.
I think you can. I think it's you have to quarantine coming
Oh, that's
back,
all right then.
I
So I'll
think.
have 6 weeks off then instead of 4. That's fine. Right.
Now we just have to put them in order. So I'm just making sure that I've got them in the order that they ought to be.
Right.
So that's that one. And then this one. And you basically just sew a diamond. Now this is two that this is the one, goes there, and then this one, yeah.
See, Ghislaine lives on her own as well.
There we go.
Oh, here you go. Deborah says, do you use a smaller stitch on the machine because you're going to cut into them?
I don't for this, because even though you're cutting into them, they're still quite large pieces. So you're going to have plenty of stitches along that edge that you don't have to worry about it so much.
Okay.
It's not as vital as reducing your stitch on your miniature ones, because you've got such tiny pieces that you need to have a few more
Yeah, of
stitches
course.
in there.
So literally you've just cut a strip from each of the 5 different directions, just laid them next door to each other.
Yeah, and that makes your diamond, and that makes, you've got 8 diamonds that make up the whole thing. So this is basically this.
Okay. Can you can you go a bit higher on that edit so we can see all of the diamond that's on the table? I know you got things to sort out, but we just need to see the whole of that as a diamond. We'll just take the camera up a bit so you can see. There you go. And if Paul could just can you drop the box out? Sorry. Oh, that's yours. There you go. So just push that one up there. So that's what you're creating, basically.
Yeah.
So this aqua bit in the corner here, where is that on the quilt itself? The top. That's the top tip.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is your centre.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Just look at that again, Elliot. Sorry. Just look at the... There you go. So that bit there with
That's
the
the
single
centre.
turn is creating the star or
In
the
the middle.
snowflake in the middle.
Yeah, and that's the outer
Yeah.
point. So to sew them together, you do have to make sure, because you're sewing them, they've been cut at an angle, you have to overlap them ever so slightly. So we need to do that bit, if I show you right here,
Yeah.
where you don't sew them, you won't sew it here.
Oh, yes, because you
otherwise-
get a step, isn't it?
Yeah, so you're going to need to overlap it by about 1/4 inch. So the goal is, when you put it under your machine and you've got your 1/4 inch foot on, your needle should sit right into that
Of
V.
course, yeah, that's where you
right
know
there.
where to start.
Yeah, and that's where it starts, and that will go.
Also, would you best press before you start? Because you've got lots of bias edges there, haven't you?
You can do. Yeah, that will definitely increase your accuracy.
Yeah.
But having said that, I mean, I would, if you want to do it pucker and proper, then I would.
Yeah.
But it is also at the same time quite forgiving because, yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing quite. There's no, like you said, there's no points to match. So don't get stressy thinking, oh no, this isn't going to work unless I do everything exactly by the book. It is quite forgiving. So,
Julie, won't be the whole of September unless I have to quarantine when I get back. What date's your birthday anyway, June? I'll have to look you up on Facebook and see when your birthday is now. Can I move this back, Elliot, now? You've done that picture. I was going to say ring. You've been to Ringer then, yeah. I'm sorry about the graphics. Paul's onto it now. Paul's making another phone call now to try and sort it out. Right.
So I'm just doing the same thing as I did before. I'm just sewing in pairs.
Uh-huh. So how you need to make 1, 2, 3. So you make 8 of these diamonds in total,
Yes.
don't you?
So once you've done your first diamond, then I would say once you're comfortable with that, either do one at a time, cut one out, do one at a time,
Yeah.
or continue cutting out. You need 8 of these per strip section.
Right.
Per strip set even.
It's very effective because you kind of think it's going to be really difficult piecing wise, but actually, once you've got the hang of it, it's quite a simple one to put together, isn't
It is. And then even to finish it off, so this is just the diamond part. Normally on a traditional star that has diamonds, you would have Y seams to add on your triangles right here and in your corners. But the way that they've done it is actually you've got triangles that you sew onto your diamond shape first. And then you sew them
so
together.
that's a solid square up there. No, I can see it now.
There's a seam here and there's a seam here as well.
Right.
So it makes it super easy. So you don't have to even tackle the Y seams.
Or anything. Oh, that's brilliant. And how big did you say it was? 15?
It's 48 by 40.
Oh yeah, 48 by 48.
So that goes there.
If you need to buy anything, if you want to buy anything, please just go to the website. I'm ever so sorry, the graphics have all died. We can't change the graphics. We're getting it sorted. Julie says, loving Emma's demo, always so calming.
Thank you.
Oh, the reason there's no white messages in boxes going across the bottom is the whole system's collapsed. So Paul can't even see them. Facebook's fine. That's how I can read these. And emails are fine, but not the one with the thing going across the bottom. Julie, didn't you win the prize yesterday, or was it the day before? I'm sure Julie won the prize.
Yeah, I saw the one yesterday. That was a good prize. The
the K facet
yes.
and the threads. I know. I think Julie won the seams one, the one that had all the seam stuff in.
Again, I'm not pressing as I go. I normally would, but for efficiency and quickness.
Yeah. Lots of comings and goings, trying to fix it.
Ooh. Yeah, that is right. Yep.
Double checking.
I know. Well, I had to undo some for this one because I got these last two flipped around the other way because you got pink on both sides.
Oh, yes.
So I'm just trying not to repeat that.
Oh, Bernie says she can't see much of the demo properly, but enjoying the chat. Is it because that white box is there? Sorry, Bernie. That's for you, Bernie, that shot there. Oh, Jenny, why is there... Jenny, there's a box in front of the sewing machine, I'm afraid, because we haven't got any graphics at the moment. I can get Paul to take the box out now, just while we do this last bit.
There we go. So there, so that's your diamond.
Let's have a look at the diamond then. Fabulous.
There we go.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so you'll have 8 like that. I don't know if... Yeah, I'm getting a bit hoarse. I don't know if Elliot is whiz enough to cut that and to make 8 more.
Oh, I don't think so. Not with all the problems that are going on this morning.
That's
but that's fantastic. I think that's
Yeah.
lovely.
So that will be, if I pin it on here.
Yeah. You're not going to reach the top one.
No. Michael always makes fun of me for being short.
I'm not making fun. Not making fun.
No.
Oh, it's lovely. But now your background would be your creamy lemon, wouldn't it? On
it
that
would.
One? Oh, you're right there.
Yeah, yeah. There we go. I really like this one actually. It's fresh.
It is fresh, that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the dark one's like a winter quilt, and then the pale one's a someone. Man says, good morning, John and Emma. Favourite time of the week is to get to watch you live.
Oh.
You'll probably miss my birthday as well, John, in September. It's on the 26th. I'll definitely miss your birthday because I don't land till the 26th if I get to go away. And we are working on the box. Let's just have a look at that then before you move your head, Emma, for me. Look, oh, it's lovely.
There we go.
And the box is in the way of that shot.
Yeah.
I'm ever so sorry. We're going to go for a break now.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not? Why? What? Oh, I thought Elliot was back. We can't go for can't even go for a break yet. Where's Elliot gone then? Okay, if you want to buy anything from this last hour, please go to the website. It's all there. It's not on pre-order. It's on show deals now. So all the bundles that I've shown you, I'll go through the bundles again in a minute for you, and Paul can give me the codes. But actually, the cream one was just in there, so I'll do that one first. So you get 4.5 meters of fabric. We can't put graphics through into all of these. So you get the really lovely lemony cream splodgy one. You get the aqua floral and you get the dark blue floral there. You don't get the book, obviously. Beautiful. That's one bundle there. I think that one was £34. There you go, £33.99. £33.95. You are saving £5 on that one. That's the only one I've got on graphic. If you want the dark blue one, I'll show you the colour. I'll show you the colour, but go to the website to buy this. Oh, Elliot's back now. Elliot's back now. There you go. So that's this bundle here. Ooh. Julie did win the Seams Prize yesterday, and she missed it. Oh, that's all right. You're very welcome. We've got to go for a break now. Now, the break might be a little bit longer because we have to sort out how we're going to resolve this issue with the graphics and everything like that. So get yourself a Saturday morning cup of tea or cup of coffee or a lovely soya cappuccino or latte would be nice, wouldn't it? I'll see you in about 5 minutes from now.
Have you heard about all of the different ways you can shop with Sewing Street and Yarn Lane? You can either shop on our websites, sewingstreet.com and yarnlane.com. You can also order by phone by calling our friendly UK customer service team. For Sewing Street, call 0800 001 4433, and for Yarn Lane, call 0800 4700 600. And don't forget about the Sewing Street app. Here you can shop all of the Sewing Street products as well as watch the live shows from anywhere. You can download the app onto your smartphone or your tablet by simply searching Sewing Street in your app store. And one final thing, no matter how many times you check out on Sewing Street or Yarn Lane in one day, you will only pay one postage and packaging. Happy shopping!
In need of a crafting fix? There are so many ways you can watch Sewing Street and Yarn Lane. Sewing Street is live from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. every day on Freeview 72 and Sky 670. Alternatively, if you want to watch us on a tablet or on the move, you can tune in on our YouTube channel, the Sewing Street app, or the websites at www.sewingstreet.com and www.yarnlane.com. You can watch past shows on Sky 670 from 1 p.m. every day, as well as our YouTube channel, the app, and our website. Yarn Lane is on from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Visit our programme guide to find out when and what's on. So you never have to spend a minute without us.
We know that shopping online can be a confusing and sometimes daunting task, and sometimes all you want to do is talk to a human being. Well, our family-run customer service team are on call 24/7. They're full of friendly, warm-hearted individuals, all trained to make your shopping experience as easy and as enjoyable as possible. And not only will they take your order, they will also help and guide you on your shopping journey, so you never miss out.
Are you a fan of Sewing Street and Yarn Lane? Why not join our growing Facebook fans pages? Just search Sewing Street Fans and Yarn Lane TV Fans on Facebook and click Join Group. It's that simple. Never miss out on the latest news and updates from our presenters and guest designers, special offers and plenty of chat with your fellow fans. Share photos of your makes, ask for advice, interact with your favourite guests and presenters, and be a part of the ever-growing sewing and yarn community. See you there!
Missed the live show? Don't worry, we recorded it for you. Never miss out on your favourite presenters, guests and makes ever again. Head on over to our YouTube pages to watch back the day's live show and enjoy your favourite demos over and over again. We also have lots of great content exclusive to our YouTube pages, such as product demonstrations, troubleshooting videos, and so much more. Subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you never miss a show or video ever again.
Sewing Street have our very own app. You can now watch and shop from anywhere. Simply download the app from your app store onto your smartphone or tablet, then log in or create an account, and you're done. You can watch us live from anywhere, browse all our recently played items and pre-orders so you never miss out on any show deals, and message the studio to say hello at any time. And remember, you can check out as many times as you want and only pay one P&P all day. Gorgeous Adaku's here, but I've got to explain something before we go to Adaku. All our graphics have died, right? So it's a nightmare. But what we're going to do is we're not doing any sewing this hour. We're just going to, because you can see beautiful, beautiful packages here from Adaku. What I'm going to do before I do anything is show you the website. But you need, and you can still ring the call centre. You can still ring the call centre and do that. We just can't put any graphics in here, you see. So what you need to do is go to the website, www.sewingstreet.com, click on Watch the Show Live, and then below there, keep going down, you see, today's show deal is on the we've already shown. However, we can't put anything through from this hour, so you need to go to the pre-order column. Just click on pre-order. Right, they're the things we didn't show from the last hour. Right, scroll down. Right, stop. So look, I'm going to go through each of these things individually now. You can go back to the website and you can click on add to your basket and check out. You can ring the call centre. What you might need is a pencil and a bit of paper to write down the code, you see, because we're doing the Althea skirt, and we're also doing the Priscilla top in this hour. Okay, so there they all are. They're the two different, the top and the skirt in the different colourways. We're going to go through all the boxes. We're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about the fabrics and things like that. We also have this hour a dark, the patterns are on their own as well. So if you've already got some fabric, then you can use your own fabric. There's the patterns on their own. We've also got a Adaku's gorgeous book, which I go on about. Oh, people are sick of me because every fabric we get, I go, oh, this will be brilliant. Adaku's will be brilliant. That is the most fantastic book. Now, I need to just say something about that book before we go any further. Apart from it being one of our bestsellers, don't think that you have to make it out of African fabric, African wax fabric. You can make it out of... The patterns in the book you can make out of a lovely cottons and things like that. Yes, they look amazing, but I think a lot of people the first time when we did it, it wasn't explained that you didn't have to use African wax fabric. You can use lovely cottons, Liberty prints, all sorts of things to make most of the things that are in that book as well. We'll go through all of that in a minute. First of all, we'll say hello to Adaku because she's standing there looking very nervous on her own over there. It's so lovely to see you.
Oh, hello, how are you?
I haven't seen you for ages.
I know. How have you been?
I've been good, thank you.
Fantastic.
How have you been?
Very well, thank you.
You're looking well.
Thoroughly enjoyed the sewing bee.
Oh, yes.
It was great.
Controversial, I thought, this year. I didn't think Adam shouldn't have gone so early.
Oh.
And I quite liked the fact that Damien, who was a bit naughty, did so well, and all those kind of and Esme's choices in I just thought it was brilliant.
It was very good.
Very good. Anyway, now is this a new? Because we're not used to seeing you just with bolts of fabric. That's how I met when we were on Sewing Quarter.
Yes.
You just used to come with bolts of fabric,
Yep.
which always used to sell out and everything. And then near the end of it, you came in with a couple of your patterns, but you never did gorgeously boxed things like this.
So
Is this new?
It is new. I've been doing kits for not that long. Maybe sort of late last year I started doing kits. And so, yeah, they're doing quite well.
I can't get over how well you look. You look so kind of, when somebody has like that inner glow. You've got that kind of inner glow. You've always had it, but you look really gorgeous today. But now, for those of you who don't know Adaku, because really,
Yes.
I'm not going to give it away, but this was started off as your hobby, didn't it, really?
Well, yes. So I'd been a barrister for a while. And then after having children, I was just thinking about something else that I could do other than practicing full time at the bar. Something that could help me sort of maybe work around family life, essentially. And then I happened upon the sewing bee for the first time in 2016, in the summer of 2016.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, this is interesting. What is all of this? Because when you haven't done it before, it is completely new to you. Mm-hmm. Even the words, the language that they use, it's all just sort of...
So before that, you'd never even...
No.
Never done sewing?
Not a button. Not a button. And then about a month after watching that, I saw an advert for classes in textiles at my local adult learning centre. And so I thought, textiles, I know what that, I'm sure that's what I saw in the sewing bee. And so I signed up and I did loads of classes.
Oh.
And it was great. So I did classes in tailoring, in pattern cutting, African fashion, clothes making, loads.
And it's just flown since then, hasn't it, really?
Yes. I think because I'd always bring African wax print fabric to the classes, when I started I then started sort of experimenting outside of class. I'd make little bags, but people loved them, and the reaction was just sort of amazing. And I thought, hang on a minute, well, why don't I just make a few more? And it just went from there.
So it started off making like lots of little things.
Little things, yeah.
Lots of little things.
Yeah.
And now here you are with your own range. Now, just tell me about then, before we open in the boxes, the actual fabric. Now, I've got some here. These are on the website, right? These are bundles of 1/2 meters and fat quarters. That's your fat quarter bundle there, and that's your 1/2 meter bundle there. Just tell me, for somebody who doesn't know what African, because when I first heard a few years ago we were doing African wax cotton, I thought it was going to be, like those coats that you wear in outdoors to stop you.
right,
That's
right.
what I thought it was
Yeah,
going to be like, but it's
no.
not like that,
No,
is it?
no.
So just tell me about something about the fabric itself.
Sure. I mean, in terms of weight, I would describe it as a medium weight cotton. I would, if it's clothes making, I would pre-wash the fabric before you cut and sew.
Yeah.
This does two things. It softens it for those who would prefer it a bit softer. I have to say that all the ones we have in these kits are actually quite soft anyhow.
Yes, yeah.
I haven't washed any of these. I just didn't have the time.
Well, no,
And
but we'll
they
go,
are
we'll go
quite-
through all of the kits in a second. I just
They
wanted
are
people
quite
to understand
soft.
what the fabric was, because people
Sure.
are slightly frightened by it, thinking,
right.
they're thinking that even if you wash it, it's still going to be that.
No. It does soften up.
Yeah.
I promise. It softens
Well, actually,
up.
you only have to look at the fans Facebook page. Yeah, Facebook fans page.
Okay.
Because the amount of people who've made, and you don't have to, I mean, you can make a traditional shaped dress out of it
Yeah.
if it says medium weight cotton, and
Yeah.
it can look. I just think your fabrics can be used in so many different ways. And
yes.
some people are a little bit, when they first see them, think, oh, I couldn't wear that. It's way too wacky or
Yeah.
bright.
Yeah.
But actually, you make it up and it just makes the most exquisite clothes, doesn't it?
It does. So don't be frightened.
No.
Just wash first, then
Yeah.
cut, and then sew.
And it's
great.
a really, really good quality, isn't it?
Good quality cotton, and also 100% cotton, and also very, very good to sew with. So I think, especially when you're watching the Sewing Bee, there are some really difficult fabrics.
Yes. Yes, they do enough choose some weird ones, don't they? No, because this year somebody used your fabric quite a lot, didn't they?
Yes. Very easy to sew with. So
if you're new to sewing, it is a brick, because it's so stable. If you cut it, it will stay. As you're sewing a seam, it will stay there. It's not going to be moving all over the place. Really, really good like that.
Yes.
Now, it doesn't come from Africa, though, does it?
Well, I do have some.
Oh, okay.
Not in these kits.
Yes.
So we have. So initially, this African wax print begins its life at a time when the Dutch are in Indonesia, and they saw that the Indonesians would make these batik designs. They'd print batik designs onto fabric. And, you know, a piece might take someone 3 months to do. And so they had the idea of imitating that and selling it back to the Indonesians. And so they sent samples to Holland, to textile manufacturers in Holland, who were given the job of recreating those fabrics. The Indonesians, to cut a long story short, weren't that impressed with what they brought back. Because they were doing theirs by hand, the dye would always stay away from the areas where the wax had been applied. But when you're doing it by machine, it's much harder to make sure that the integrity of the waxed areas remains in place, and you'd get this crackle. But that crackle, when it was seen by West Africans, they loved that crackle, because that crackle meant that the penetration was very, very good, that the dyes were very, very good and had penetrated very well into the fabric. And so to start with, these were made in Holland. They are still made in Holland today, but sort of going back to sort of the 1840s, they were only made in Holland.
Right.
Fast forward to today, and more than half is made in China.
Oh, okay.
About 20% is made in Africa. Another 20% made in sort of Indonesia and Malaysia and sort of parts of Asia, and only about 10% now made in Holland.
Oh, okay, because I presumed it was all coming from Holland still.
No.
Perfect. Right. Danielle says, Adaku's book is brilliant. I've made the Priscilla top and the Lottie culottes. I've also used the Lottie pattern for a jersey pyjama trousers, as the pattern is a great fit for me. I'm working my way through the whole book. I love it.
Fantastic.
That's the book we'll show you in a second. Good question, Sue. Now, Sue says, are the fabrics in yards or meters? That's right, because you work in yards, don't you?
work in yards, but what I've done with the kits is I have pre-cut the fabric that you need to make.
Okay, so we'll talk about that in the sizes and everything in a minute. If you were going for these then, so these are fat quarters made from a yard, are they? So they're American fat quarters.
Exactly.
So that's your fat quarters. So that would be a yard cut in half and then cut. So imagine that's a yard of fabric. You cut down, cut down here. Yeah, there you go. Cut down there, and they would be your fat quarters of a yard. So these are a bundle of half yards, not half meters.
Yes.
No, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's just because so
Yeah.
people, if they're buying
Yeah.
it for a special project. That's if you buy those. Go to the website to buy them. I'm sorry we haven't got any graphics to sort out. This is the book. There they all are. There it is, everything there. This is the book that I was talking about, $12.99. It's all on pre-order. You can still ring the call centre. You can still buy it on the website by adding it to basket and check out. It's just our graphics aren't working. Can I just tell you, this book is brilliant. And I'm not saying it just because she's here, because I said it from I didn't launch it. I got it the second time round, and it was just this. I mean, I love. How many times do I say, oh, a lovely 50s full circular skirt?
Oh, yes.
Look at that. I mean, that is fantastic. This book is full. Now, you've got patterns in here. You've got patterns, and they go from a size UK 8 to a UK 26. So a really, really good size range. And then everything in here. But if you just want to start off by making simple things, at the back of apart from all the, there's all different techniques about there. There are like face masks. There are headbands. So if you want to start small, buy some of the fat quarters, buy some of the half yards, and just start small. You can do like that with scrunchies and things. But then, if you look at this end, there's all about the history of the fabrics. But then look, now that's what we've got today.
Yes.
Isn't it? This is what we've got today, this
Yes.
skirt here. But in a bundle, it's all made, cut and everything for you. There's the skirt and the top that we're doing this. Now this is what Hannah wants to make this. She's desperate to have
It's
this made.
good.
Such
It's
a
good.
lovely.
I have one.
And what's lovely about them, they're all stylish, but they're very simple. And I don't mean
Yeah.
this derogatory way.
No.
They're simple, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
Keeping it kind of less is more sort of
Yeah,
thing, aren't they? And you also, you let the fabric talk, don't you?
Exactly.
Right, we've got this
That's
today.
key.
We've got the Priscilla coming up in this hour. In fact, look, that's that one. Anyway, there's all sorts in here. You've got the tunics. There's that lovely skirt and everything. This book for $12.99 with all of these patterns in and lots of tips in there. Look how elegant that is. Really gorgeous, isn't it, Meghan? We've got the pinafore dress there. There are so many different patterns in here for your $12.99. If you've not got that book already, and the patterns are in the book as well.
Yeah.
So it's a really, really good buy.
You'll need lots of tracing paper.
Yeah, you need lots of tracing paper, exactly. Right, okay, let's get on with, because these are all brand new to us today, aren't they?
Yes.
We haven't done these before. Would you like to talk about Priscilla first, or would you like to talk about Althea first?
Maybe Althea.
Althea first,
Yeah.
right. Am I saying it wrong?
Yeah, no.
Althea.
Althea.
Right, so let me do the pattern on its own first of all. No graphics, you'll have to go to the website to buy it, I'm afraid. It's an A-line skirt pattern with elasticated waistband and pockets. Look.
Yep.
UK sizes 8 to 26. This is the skirt that's behind. There you go. The skirt that's behind Adaku right now. That's this skirt, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, what? There it is. There it is. Look. Who? What? Why? Who would wear this skirt? Who's going to make this skirt?
Oh gosh, I think this skirt is very, very versatile.
Yeah.
And what I love about it is that the elasticated waistband creates gentle gathers. And, you know, I joke and say that it leaves room for pudding because, you know,
It does.
It allows you to sort of be quite free. And yeah,
Has it got pockets in it?
it has pockets.
Oh, brilliant! Because I think all skirts should have
Yes.
pockets in because ladies love to put their hands in their pockets.
Yes.
Are they inseam pockets?
Inseam pockets.
Inseam pockets.
Very easy to make.
Yeah.
You should, I mean, if you wanted to go somewhere in the morning, you could make this and have it ready by the afternoon.
Oh, it's a really
literally
quick make.
that
It's a really quick
so,
make.
yeah.
So this is the pattern on its own. Paul, how much is the pattern on its own? No, the pattern on its own. He's just going to check that. He's just the kits are all $29.99. He's saying, but the pattern on its own there. Can't do graphics, I'm afraid.
It's $14.99.
That $14.99. I was going to ask you again. Now, also while we're here, dovetailed. Where does
Yes.
that come from?
Gosh, so dovetailing is a technique whereby you will know if you have a fabric that is plain,
Yeah.
or just plain without a nap,
Yeah.
you can dovetail, and so that means that you can
Like top and tail.
top
like
and
in-
tail,
yeah, yeah, like
top and tail, and
Yeah.
so that's where the name comes.
Okay, I never knew that. Right, okay, so let's go through some of these bundles right now. How beautifully packaged these. So
Yes.
this is how yours will come.
Yes.
This is how yours will come to you. Now, what you'll need to do is I'll shout out the code and you'll need to write it down or have the website open at the same time because we haven't got any graphics at the moment. This one is GVAD59. And look, they're so... I'm going to spoil it. Look how beautifully wrapped they come. Have you had to set at... You haven't sat at home and
Of
done all these?
course.
Of course, she says. Of course, she says.
What a week.
Yeah, a week.
What a week
blimey.
it's been.
So beautifully wrapped. I'm not going to rip the tissue paper because inside
Bless you.
you get everything you need. Get a little bit
Yes.
about Adaku there. You get the pattern. You get the fabric,
Yep.
the elastic, and you even get thread.
Yep.
Right, now, how have you yardage it then? Can you make the biggest size from this?
Exactly.
So if you make the smallest size,
Yep.
you'll have some left over. Any size you want to make from an 8 to a 26, you can make it from this fabric. And depending on what size you make, you'll have either fabric left over or no fabric left over. This is beautiful, this fabric, isn't it? Now, now, this is the fabric. You can see the fabric, but made up in the top.
Yes.
That's next to it. You see, I love all these fabrics. They're just incredible, aren't they? I did a film, once called Ghost in the Darkness, and I had to do research into period African fabrics. And it's just... It was mesmerising just seeing all the colours and the prints and everything like that. So in here you get the fabric, you get the pattern, you get the elastic, and you get the thread. Now, we're saying it's quite a simple make, isn't it?
Yes.
Quite a simple make.
A metre of elastic.
Oh, it's a metre of elastic, so there's plenty of elastic there. Isn't that brilliant? And also the sizes are on here. There's a size chart and a finished garment size on there, so you can see how much ease you've got and everything. All the instructions are in there. Now, what kind of... I can't open... Oh, yeah, I'm going to open this one. I know I'm not supposed to, but I am. Because I know full well this is all going to be top quality. Look. So your little brochure, it's not just a photocopied bit of paper, look. You've got your little brochure there with all of your instructions. It's brilliant. Oh, there you go. There's the inseam pockets. And then all of your instructions are on here, your patterns here. Nice quality paper, but look, this is what I love, right? This must have cost a fortune. Each of the sizes not only are a different shape, but they're different colours. Yes. So you know which line you have to follow for your size. It's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. So anyway, so that's this one. So that is your Althea. Now, do you know what that print's called? Do you know the names of these?
Eden on pink.
Eden. Are you sure now?
Yes.
Right, Eden.
Eden,
that one is. So that's beautiful. Now, I'm going to have to go through it. Now, obviously, we haven't got any graphics, so you'll need to go to the website to buy these. But already, some of these are quite limited, Paul's saying. Right, then the next one I've got is called, it's SOAD 20. I just love the whole finish and you know, the presentation and everything. Doing it as neatly as possible so I can put them all back afterwards. Right, again, it's the skirt, the pattern, the elastic, the thread. Now, I love the fact that all the threads, you've had to sit and pick all the threads to go with them. Oh, and they're $29.99, are they, Paul? Yes. Oh, hang on, they're all on the phone trying to sort everything out. I'll come back to you in a second. Look. So... Isn't that lovely? That's a kind of... The thing about the all-over print, it hides a multitude of sins as well, doesn't it? So if you are having a bit of a lumpy, puddingy day sort of thing, nobody's going to see it, are they? Because those prints are just... And even though you can look at them and they think, oh, they're big and they're bold, once it's made up, they just somehow work, don't they?
Yes, they do. This print here is quite a traditional print. It's a very old print. It's called tortoise shell. So literally those circles, you can see within the circles is represented the back of a tortoise shell.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is one I haven't seen that often. So as soon as I saw it, I grabbed it.
Of course. The code is SOAD 20 on this one. Apparently my microphone's breaking up. Oh, something else going wrong now today. Glenys, my love. Glenys got the book. She says it looks lovely. Is there anything... Oh, now, when are you going to do a book for men?
I know.
That's Derek. He'd like a waistcoat. He'd like a shirt.
Yes.
He'd like a pair of trousers.
Yes.
He'd like some shorts, please.
He really wants all four. Did he actually... He wrote all four.
Yeah, he wants everything.
Oh, wow.
He wants everything. Megan says, I'm looking for my first item clothing to make. I've only done toys and household sewing until now, and these look great. I don't have a tailor's dummy. Would I need one? No. You really would. We've just got them on the tailor's dummy because Adaku couldn't wear all of them, obviously. If you're just starting, Megan, these I'd say the skirt.
The skirt,
The
yes.
skirt, out of all the projects we've got today, is the best project to
Yes,
start with.
to start with, yes.
Because really, it's only 2 side seams, is it?
Yes.
The pockets. The pockets are so easy to put in.
Yes.
And then the casing for the elastic.
Yes.
So yes, Meghan, go for it. Go for it. And all the colours are beautiful. Oh, hang on. Ron's saying... Right. Okay. Oh, they're working. We're working. Fantastic.
Woohoo.
So there you go. So I can carry on now. Oh, thank you, Elliot. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you,
whoever it
Elliot.
was at
Thank
the
you,
other end of the
Paul.
phone.
Yes. Thank you,
Right.
thank you.
Okay. Let's move on then. So I've done that one. Done that one and that one. Next one, Paul. UDAD 70 is the next one. Right, here we go. Oh, this is a lovely one. So you've got your lime green thread. You've got your elastic. UDAD 70. Right, here we go. Right, I've only got 6 of these available now. 6 of these available. So you've got the pattern, you've got the elastic, you've got the thread, and then there you go. There's that amazing fabric. Now, what's this? Is like a honeycomb fabric, this one.
Oh, honeycomb. I didn't see honeycomb. I just saw the sides.
Oh, actually, you're wearing this
yes,
one. Yes,
I saw the sides of a shape, and I saw 6 sides. So I called it roll the dice. Roll the dice on
okay.
green.
Yes.
And I've got an orange one as well, I believe in this. Yes.
You believe. You don't know what's going to be in these boxes when we open
There's
them.
so many.
Does the pattern include seam allowance, says Beverly?
Yes.
Yes, it does. The thing is, most commercially bought patterns will have the seam allowance on it. It's only, like, whenever I draw a pattern, I don't have seam allowance on it. That's the way I was trained.
Yeah.
I presume when you first draw up a pattern, it doesn't have seam allowance on, then
No,
you add it for
add
when
it,
you make it
yeah.
into a commercial pattern, yeah. Anyway, look, so this is called Roll of the Dice. I saw the honeycomb. But again, look at the colours in there. Also, it looks like this one is quite random. Every now and then you're going to get a lime green one
Yes.
amongst all the coffee tone ones.
Yes, but can you see the pockets?
No?
No. It matches very well.
Oh, okay. So when you're making the skirt, right? We've got the dress. That's the dress we've got coming up
Yes.
later, isn't it? If you're making the skirt, your pocket's going to be inside. You don't have
Yep.
to worry. But if you are using this to make anything else, have we got the dress in this later then? Must have. You've got it on. Oh, hang on.
I'm not sure.
Anyway, it's good for pattern matching.
Yes.
It's really good for pattern matching. So you get everything you need. You've got your fabric, your pattern, your thread, and your elastic. You don't need to buy anything else whatsoever. $29.99. Okay, oh, now, once you've all checked out, that's sold out. You haven't even seen all the colours yet. That's about to sell out. Okay, so the next one is SAAD 96. Right, this one's been... Right, half the stock of this one has gone on pre-order. I haven't even seen the colourway yet. Oh, I can see why. I can see why.
That's
So
gorgeous.
again, you get the
Yep.
pattern. You get the elastic. I love as well the fact you've thought about whether you get white or black elastic,
Yes.
even though you're not going to even see it. You get the marine blue thread. Then look at this. Oh, that is sensational, that colour. So now you were saying wash the fabric first, wouldn't you?
Yes. Yes.
Does it
yes.
have any shrinkage?
Yes.
It's important. It's important to wash it first. Then.
Yes, but roughly about 10%.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes, I'll do the book for you right now, Deborah. Let me do the finish this last skirt after this one, then I'll do the book again, because everything that I've done so far, we have to run through the graphics anyway. It's beautiful. That colour is... Now, what have you called this one? Oh, it's sold out. Sold out. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll do the book next. I'll do the book next, and then I'll do the last skirt. Okay. Bring the book graphics in then. Half the stock of the book has gone on pre-order. I've got to try and get it yet. I know, what a mess, eh? Right, here we go. The book, as I say, is brilliant. There are 25 projects to make in here. Now, I'll just stress again, you don't have to make them out of the African wax cotton if you don't want to, do you?
No. You don't. I mean, I designed them with African wax print in mind because I felt that there weren't many patterns
No.
that
And I'm
were...
not dissing the fact
No,
that
I know
you've
you're
done
not.
that, you know what I mean? Because they look amazing. But once you've got the book, if you've got a lovely Liberty print,
Yes.
you think, I could make that.
Yes.
Because as I keep going on about this, the jumpsuit, that we had some fabric that had big oranges and lemons on it, and all Hannah could say every time we showed it was, "That's what I want to make a Darku." It's such a popular book, I can't tell you. It keeps selling out. It's a lovely, lovely book. So all the patterns in here, they're all your patterns. Like you've created all these shapes, haven't you? Beautiful. There's the Lottie Culotte. Somebody messaged in earlier, didn't they, saying that they'd made those?
Yes, some pyjamas.
Yes, yeah. So again, are they elasticated waist then?
Yes.
So lovely and comfortable. And then what else have we got in here? The Mary. Now, what I want to know is, are all these named after friends of yours?
Not friends. Women I've known. Women who may be in the public eye, but I wouldn't really like to
say who you've named them after. Because we were wondering why there wasn't a John. When we saw the book, I was like, there'll be a John in a minute. There'll be a John in a minute. Please take note of all the FIFUs. These are all reviews that you've done. I'm not reading them all out. They're reviews that you've done completely independent of us. We have nothing to do with them. This is gorgeous. This dress here is just stunning. This really lovely. You
it's
see on
very
the screen
nice.
there.
Very nice. With this dress, the bodice is a very easy-fitting bodice. The skirt is very close-fitting skirt. So just be careful on sort of the sizing. You may need to have sort of a size down than you normally would on the bodice, and then a size up on the skirt, just depending on
That's
your
why
shape.
I would say make something out of calico first, or out of an old bed sheet first, just to make sure.
Always.
But then others aren't fitted, are they? Like your Meghan tunic dress looks like a lovely... Yeah. And then I love the pinafore dress. I think this is brilliant. But again, the book is jam-packed with so many different patterns. Look, it's beautiful, isn't it? So whether you use one of Adaku's African wax cottons there, or you use one of the prints you've got, like a William Morris, that would take it into a completely different realm, wouldn't it? Yeah. Now this, I've seen that fabric before. When we used to be at Sewing Quarter, we used to have that fabric, didn't we? It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. And the lovely Adele.
Right,
sorry.
Okay, if you all once you're all checked out, it's sold out. Sold out once you're all checked out. Oh, thank you for all your messages, Paul says. Thank you. Send them through if you want. Send them through, Paul. Right, I've got one more skirt. Oh, actually, no, we need to redo the first skirts, don't I? So, this is OLAD 42. Only 4 left of this one. Right, so you've got your elastic, you've got your thread, you've got your pattern, and then this is lovely, isn't it? Oh, no, that's the one that's on the that's on the mannequin next to Adaku, look. That lovely.
It is.
So let's see that one made up. So it's very flattering because the stripes go down the body. There it is on the mannequin. Susan sent in a message. Oh, where is it? Morning. Could I ask Adaku, did she make the dress she's wearing, and does she sell the pattern, please, from Sue?
Hi, Sue. Yes, I made the dress I'm wearing. This is the Meghan dress, which is part of the kits, which will be in the hour at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock out. But you can buy it on pre-order now if you want to.
Yes.
You can't remember if it's in that colourway, though, can you?
No.
Right.
What I wanted to show was how versatile the fabrics
yes,
are.
Of course,
so that if you like the fabric or you like the pattern, you can make it
and
out
match, yes,
in any,
exactly.
and it will look great.
I love Adaku's Superbook. Got me back into sewing after many years. Have made the lovely skirt nice and easy. Thanks so much. Love it, from Susan.
Oh, Susan, bless you.
And there's loads of these. Hang on, there's another one. Look. I have the book, and I've made the Priscilla top twice for myself and the Etta dress for my granddaughter. I love it, from Jan in Chesterfield.
Thank you, Jan. Thank you so much.
So, there's only 3 of these left now. There's only 3 of these left. Okay. There's 3 left, but there are 10 in baskets. I do apologise. Well, I'm glad you're getting them, but I do apologise for missing out. Right. We're now talking, because we had to waffle a lot at the beginning. Right, let me put that one there. I need to put the first couple through. So this was the one that we did here. So this one is SOAD 20. Was that one all right for that one? Oh, we've done that one. We're all right with that one. So then these were the only 2 we didn't do. So this is GVAD 59. There's only, one left. One left of that one. That's the Eden on pink, we called that. And then the last one of the skirts was, SAAD 96 was the, we've done that one, okay. That one sold out. Yeah. So basically, they've all sold out. Right, the skirt pattern on its own. Here you go. So now, if you want, have you got other fabrics do you want to make it out of? You just want the pattern on its own. $14.99. The thing is, right? And now I should. Oh no, the book's gone. The book's sold out. I was going to say I'd buy the book, but the book's sold out. $14.99. This is the Althea A-line skirt pattern with elasticated waistband. Beautiful. With pockets. I should have seen that earlier. That's the pattern on its own. Size is 8 to 26. Okay. I'll just run the fabrics through as well that we showed you earlier, just so that everything's up to date. So this is a fat quarter bundle. Remember, it's taken from a yard. VOAD 37. Now, are these random, or are they the ones I've got in here? The people ones at home, will they get actually these fabrics, or they just get a mixture of them?
These.
They get these.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when I've bought, it sounds awful now, and I don't mean this. When I've bought personally from you in the past, you'd buy a blue fat quarter bundle, and it could be any fabric in blue, which is fine. I'm absolutely fine with that. But this is as you see here. This is what they will get.
Yes. The difference would be that because I send it to you, I send to you, so that is what people will get.
Yes. But this is what people will actually physically get. So look, these are the fat quarters you will get in this bundle. You get that beautiful black and white one with the flashes of red. Remember, these are American fat quarters, so it's a yard cut into 4. Then there's this one. Let me hold them out for you. Look, there you go. Feels lovely. Beautiful, isn't it? And then you get the, now look. So, of course, they'll be cut out of different parts of the fabrics. Your pattern might be a little bit different on this one.
Yeah.
They're just so beautiful, aren't they? Then, of course, you've got the little teardroppy one, and then very psychedelic. Oh, look, that's a nice one. So they're the ones you'll actually physically get in there. Yeah. And then the fabrics now these are this is a half yard, bundle of half yards.
Same fabric.
Oh, there's only one left. There's only one left. You've been very clever on the pre-order. So these are the same fabrics. Oh, yeah, these are the same fabrics, but by the half yard.
Yeah.
Hang on, that's his fat quarters in there, Paul. Sorry, we've got the wrong graphics there. There you go, $29.99, half yards. One left of those. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're now going to move on to the Priscilla top. Right, and let's have a look at it first. So that's the one that's on the mannequin. So tell me about this. Talk me through this one then.
This top has front and back, one piece front, one piece back. The sleeves and neckline and hem are finished with bias binding.
Right.
On the pattern, there are 2 small pleats at the front and 2 small pleats at the back.
Right.
That helps you bring the neckline in.
Right.
If you have narrow shoulders.
Yeah.
However, you don't have to have a pleat if you don't want to. I have made one big pleat in the centre.
Right.
So it's not that straight.
Yeah.
Because the way it's been put on the mannequin.
Yeah.
And I also have one, I say big pleat, 2 inches I believe I took in at the front and at the back to bring it in, because I just wanted to try something different. So again, it's very, very versatile.
So if it's the first time, follow the pattern.
Yes.
And if it is a bit too big, you can just make your pleats a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller. If it's not, you can play with it. But then play with knife pleats, play with gathers, play with box pleats, do whatever you want.
Exactly. I mean, I would make the pleat, just literally, I just sort of, you're to use a sort of tacking stitch within the seam allowance, and then join at the shoulder line on both sides, pop it over your head. See if you're happy with that, and if you are happy, crack on.
Carry on with it.
If you're not, then you can...
Crack on with it. Right, pattern on its own here. Size is 8 to 26 again. This is the pattern on its own. Easy T-shirt pattern with inverted box pleats at the neckline. Says everything that Adaku's just said. Again, on the back of the packet, there are all the size charts and the This is what you need to look at. That's the size that you make. So basically, if you make a size 14, if your bust is 38, 31.5 and 41. But what you need to do is also check on the finished garment size. So your 14 would actually be, the finished size would be those there. You see what I mean? So that's the sizes you make for your body, but that's the size of the finished size to allow for ease and everything. Half the stock of those is gone. Love, I'll turn it back over. There you go. Priscilla. Oh, now difficulty rating, just 2. So again, it's quite easy again.
Yes,
Simple one.
very easy.
Lovely, isn't it? Right, let's go through the bundles of these then and the fabrics you get. Doesn't Adaku look beautiful today, says June. She always looks beautiful, doesn't she? Bernie says, absolutely gorgeous fabrics, very versatile. Susan wants to know, why can't we buy bolts anymore? I think that's because you sell them in your shop or elsewhere, don't you? Oh, you can, no, but you can get them. We just haven't got them.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
You can get them. We just haven't got them here now. Right, so I've got AKAD95. Okay, so again, this is the top. So this is in the tortoise shell.
Yes.
There you go.
The top and the skirt are all in the same fabrics.
So you could make a complete outfit if you want to do matchy.
Oh, yeah.
We've got the skirts and the tops in the same fabric. So you could make a complete.
Yes, you could.
Because some people don't. If you're having that tummy day, you don't want to wear a dress, do you? It's quite nice because you'd have your elasticated waist skirt, comfort. The top is quite full around the waist, isn't it? So, but it still looks stylish and everything. Anyway, so you get the pattern in here. Oh, look, beautiful. Now, I presume there's plenty of that, isn't there?
There's plenty. There's 4 meters.
Oh, plenty. What it is in here, there's enough fabric to make the size 26. So if you make the size 8, you will have fabric left over.
Yes.
Yeah. So you get the bias binding, you get the thread, you get the instructions, and you get the fabric in there. That's a big lob of fabric there, look. Beautiful. Well, that looks so lovely. So that's for your Priscilla top there. Do you want me to put it out? Okay. Elliot wants to see it. This is Elliot's favourite, you see.
And the thing as well, I should say, you can cut on the straight grain or the cross grain. Oh yeah, because you may want to follow the design. I know that we were all taught to cut on the straight grain.
Yeah, no, this is interesting.
But of course, depending on the way the pattern falls, you might want to cut on the cross.
Right. Oh, yeah. So you can either have, what you're saying is you can cut it that way with the circles going in a straight line, or you cut it that way, which they're still in a straight line, but in a different formation. So you'd have a cream line going down the middle of...
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Fantastic. I think that is that because the fabric's so stable that you can get away with that, or it's the shape of the pattern, do you think?
Yes, I think it's just because of the designs.
Yes.
Because on the straight grain, the design just may not be to your liking.
Yeah.
But then you put it on the cross grain and
the
you
design
like it.
is, exactly. Yes, because some you have a great big, like, floral bouquet on it. Sometimes you want to cut it that way, so the floral bouquet.
Yes.
I bet you any money in your book, you've got some dresses that have, I bet they've been cut slightly.
Yes.
There you go, brilliant.
Yes. And also the fabric is narrow, so it's 45, between 45 and 47 inches wide. So that's narrower than your sort of 60, which a lot of people might be used to. And also, so therefore, on the cross grain, you get more than on the straight.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
So that's something else.
What was the question, Paul? Oh, a question for you. Loving these kits and I've ordered the book. Can Adaku please let me know if this fabric is... Oh, is it cool? No, right, cool, not as in cool, hey, cool man.
Yeah, cool
as in
wash.
cool, as in hot weather.
Is that what she...
So I want to say, is it in hot weather, is it nice and cool? Because
very.
It doesn't make you hot and sweaty.
Very.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
It's 100%. It is 100% cotton, isn't it? And once you've washed it, it looks quite stiff in the packaging. Once you washed it, it'll look like, well, like Adaku's dress that she's wearing now. It'll be like a proper, stable cotton, really, won't it? Okay, let's move on to the next one. My desk isn't big enough, is it? Right, okay, next one is MEAD72. So this one, now this one matches the skirt. So yeah, right, I'll come to that in a minute. So you get the pattern,
Yep.
you get the really lovely orange bias binding, you get your orange thread. Now you're not going to use a whole reel of thread, are you, to make this top?
There's plenty there.
There's plenty there to go on your stash.
And
now
also,
this...
oh, sorry. I was just going to say that there are instructions in the Priscilla sewing pattern to make your own bias binding. So if for any reason you don't want orange bias binding, there are instructions in there on
to make it out
how
of
to
this
make
fabric.
exactly out of the excess.
Brilliant.
So.
Now you see, there it is. Oh, Kate, what's Kate got to say? Morning, John, you look so stylish this morning. Got Adaku's book, yay, lovely start to the weekend.
Aww.
There's lots of Adaku love going on, isn't there? So now, the skirt, you've obviously cut the skirt going down, because that's where...
I have.
But if you wanted to,
Exactly.
you could cut this top with the stripes going across if you
might
wanted
want to,
couldn't you?
Exactly.
Or, would you do it on the bike? I don't know if you do it on the bike, because then you might have a weird diagonal line going across your body. But, oh, excuse me.
What happened?
I don't know. It's one of those days. The gremlins are all over the place today. $29.99. You don't need anything else whatsoever. You've got the fabric, you've got the bias binding, you've got the thread, you've got the pattern. Now, if people if people get these and they get home and there's a bit of their pattern that they don't understand, have you got a website or a somewhere people can go to?
On the orange bit of bump that's in there.
Yeah.
Those are
it's all fabric care
details.
instructions.
Yep.
Oh yeah, look, lovely. So how to get into... So if people do have an issue, but also if you make them up, please put them on the Facebook fan page and tag, not attach, tag. And now you're down as Dovetail, aren't you, on Facebook? Dovetail.
Dovetailed.
Yeah, just Dovetailed, ED, Dovetailed. And just tag her in and then she loves it. Okay, 3 more to do. Okay, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. Be a lot of packing up to do later. Oh, okay, I haven't even opened this one and it's sold out. RKAD36 sold out. That's the one that's on the mannequin next to Adaku there. Okay. Sold out. I promise we'll get these back. I promise. You'll just have to pack more boxes, that's all. Then JVAD09. Oh, you see, this is going to look amazing, this one. So, pattern, instructions, bias binding, the marine thread, and then this colour is going to suit everybody, isn't it? This blue is just going to be gorgeous. Incredible on anyone, isn't it? It is like a cobalt blue, isn't it? What have we called it? Flowers in the window. Where's the window?
There's no window. There doesn't have to be a window. It's just creating a picture in your mind.
I'm only teasing her. Don't worry. I'm only teasing her. The colour is just beautiful. Can you imagine that? So it's the top with the blue. Now, as Adaku just told you, if you don't want, mind you, that's a lovely bias binding. But if you don't want the plain bias binding,
you could make it out of the fabric. You can use that bias binding for something else.
Yeah. But it's good quality bias binding. You know, a lot of time you get shop-bought bias binding and you wouldn't want it to be seen. This is a good... Well, you know what I mean? Sometimes you get those ones and they've made them out of a really loose weave.
Sure.
This is a really good quality. There's nothing stinted on this at all, is there? You've not stinted with anything on here. Beautiful. So that's the Priscilla top.
Stinted. Haven't heard the word before. Haven't heard the word stinted before.
You know,
no.
Even as a barrister, you don't say it in court. Do you not miss all of that?
Parts, yes.
Parts, yeah.
You know, it's stressful work and it's quite heavy.
Yeah,
work.
no, exactly.
Quite heavy work. But you know, I get my fix. I watch Line of Duty or you know, trials.
Yes,
trials that are on.
And you sit there going, "Oh, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have quite done it like that." How brilliant! The thing is, I think all of our lives are mapped out anyway, because I've gone from teaching to doing costumes in theatre and film to television presenting to jewellery to you know what I mean? I think it's all. I think we go the way we're meant to go, aren't we? I think it's brilliant, and also the fact you're now doing. I'm not saying you didn't like being a barrister, but you're doing something that you love. It's your passion. It's your hobby, and the fact that I didn't realise you only started in 2016. I didn't realise it'd been so, and. How are the kids, by the way?
Very good.
Have you been doing homeschooling this last year?
I had some homeschooling before during the second lockdown, I think it was, we
Yeah.
had some homeschooling. That was quite difficult.
A lot of my friends who've got kids all said the same thing, yeah. Right, last one, PHAD 84. Oh, now this is the same as the top the dress you're wearing.
Yeah.
So, we've got the fabric, we've got the brown bias binding, the brown thread, and the instructions.
So there are 2 instruction booklets in there. There's the instruction booklet to make the top,
Right.
and then a separate instruction booklet to make the bias binding.
Oh, my word. That's brilliant. So you really get 2 sets of instructions in there. So you're $29.99, you don't need anything else whatsoever. You can make the top, finish the top, and keep this for future reference, because this, again, is going to look lovely in all sorts of fabrics, isn't it? Really, really lovely fabrics. And you've got the kind of backing of Adaku there. Oh, right, it's all gone once you've checked out. Right, well, that's brilliant. It's brilliant, but I promise we'll get some more back.
Yes.
I promise you'll get some more back. Right. If you if you're saying, oh, it's sold out, please, if you don't use the website, please just ring the call centre. It's around the corner. They will help you. What it is like, let me go back to the book, for example. Right, there are more people got the book in their basket than we've got stock on. Right. Right, just so you know, this is how it works, right? There are 15 people, there are 15 still available to be checked out. There are 23 people got it in their basket. So if each of those people wanted this, 8 of you aren't going to get it, are you? 8 of you won't get it. So, and also, all it takes is someone else to come in, put it in their basket and check out straight away, and that's one less. Oh, which somebody's just done. Not one of the people who had it in their basket. Someone's just come in, there's people multi-buying now as well. People multi-buying now as well. Let me just take you through the book very, very quickly again. So how long did this book take you from...
About 18 months.
Oh, great. Because people don't realise, do they, how long it takes to do a book?
It takes
and
a
then
long time.
it's not just writing the book, though, is it? It's
the
making
patterns.
all the samples.
I made all the samples. Everything that you see in the book, the finished item, product, garment,
Yeah.
I sewed.
Wow. And you had to then get your models and your patterns,
Yep.
and you had to grade your patterns up and everything.
Yep.
What I want to know is, whose is this house? Because it looks... It's what?
Show me his house.
In here. Who's in that house there? It's lovely. It's not your house,
Not
is it? No. Well, why would that not be your...
No, one day.
There's nothing in it, is there, really? That's why we like it. Like, Hannah and I, the first time we had this book, we were like, oh, look at that. So she was going on about the clothes. I was going, look at this house, look at this window, look at this door. And this, we love this.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's a little secret location in London that I didn't know about. And yeah, London's great for that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So many secret little
especially in East London.
Yeah.
Because when I first moved to London, I lived in East London.
Yeah.
And it was all my friends were like, oh, East London, ooh, like this. Now it's like, and Hannah went with her boyfriend to an Airbnb recently, and it was in one of those Shoreditch, like you wouldn't even have known there's a little gate in a wall, and you open it, there's a little courtyard garden, and then this building. And things.
Similar.
Only 3 books left, though. 2 books left now. 2 books left now. Right, now, what patterns? Oh, the patterns. I need to do the patterns again for you. Let me do this one. Yeah. So, what future plans have you got then?
Ooh.
You don't have to give anything away.
No. So there's a coat pattern that is imminent.
Yes.
Imminent. I'm hoping next week.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Not here next week. You mean
Not
finish
here,
next week? Yeah,
finish next week. Yeah.
Good. And the next book for men for Derek?
Possibly.
The 18 months.
I know.
Oh, here you go. I love Adaku's flowers in the window. How much fabric would I need for the largest dress? I love this morning's show from Jackie. So,
I see.
well, if you're buying are you buying the bundle? Because if you're buying the bundle, which is in the next hour at 11 o'clock, it's got enough to make the largest size in there, hasn't it?
Yes.
But can you remember how much fabric is in the...
4 yards.
Oh, 4 yards. 4 yards, there you go.
4
So if you're
yards.
using a different fabric, if you're buying the pattern at 4 yards.
Or 3.7 metres.
Yeah, 3.7 metres.
Yeah.
But I don't know what you make it out of. Right, okay, so this is the Priscilla top pattern on its own. There's only 4 of those left. Oh, and twice as many people got it in their basket. So again, like we just did with the book. Right, so Claire said, do you
Yes.
sell any fabric on its own? That blue would be perfect for other projects I've got in mind. We haven't got it here, have we? But you can.
we haven't, but yes, I do.
Yeah, so if you pop, we're not selling fabric, but if you go to Dovetailed, you'll be able to buy fabric. Yeah. I think we should sell the fabric as well, because we used to have
Yes.
such fun, didn't we, in those
We did.
hours?
Yes, I think it's the we'll talk. I mean, it's
Okay,
the,
you
it's,
don't have to say, you
Okay.
have to tell me your reasoning. We'll talk. If we can, we
Yes.
will definitely get
Yes.
some fabrics in, because an hour of your fabrics are just like everybody's in raptures, and I go totally overboard. Right, so what's that one there then? Oh, right, that's the only kit, the Priscilla top in the fruits on the vine on brown.
which is just
Which is which one?
the top one there. Just
Oh, it's this one.
Yeah.
But is that the skirt or the top of the?
Oh, sorry.
No,
Yeah.
no, but it's that fabric. Priscilla top. No. So this is the only one I've got stock of left at the moment in the tops. $29.99. Oh, a coat in African wax fabric. I can't wait, says June.
It's a good one, June. It's a good one.
It's what?
It's a good one.
It's a good one. Even though she says so herself.
Even
it's
though
a
I
good
say
one.
so myself.
But will it be like a duster coat, or will it be like a warm winter coat? Will it be like something you just throw over, or will it be like a proper tailored coat? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. We'll wait and see. So anyway, this bundle here, you get the pattern, you get the fabric, you get... Now, as we said, in the pattern here, if you're thinking, oh, I can't wear an orange bias binding, you could make bias binding out of this. How do I make bias binding? Well, there's a little brochure in here to tell you how to make the bias binding.
It's very easy to make.
Very easy. It is, once you know how, it's very easy to make.
very easy.
And I love the fact that you get the thread as well. Right, okay, I'm going to bring this hour to a close now. Now, at 11 o'clock, Adaku has got a pair of trousers.
Yes.
And you've got a dress.
A dress.
That dress.
That dress.
We haven't got the trousers on display because Elliot was fighting with the mannequin earlier. We had to stop and go on. I'm sorry that, well, I'm brilliant. It's brilliant that everything's sold out. Please do go and look at pre-order. No, yeah, pre-order for the 11 o'clock hour, or you can just check on our website, because some of them haven't all been checked out. So you need to check out if you've got it in your basket. That's the best way to check now, because it will say on the website, it will say sold out, sold out, sold out on the things that are physically sold out. Our computer here is telling us, oh, here you go. There you go. Look, sold out, sold out, sold out. Right, stop. So well, that's the one I just showed you there, the Priscilla top in the fruits of the vine. There's one of the tortoiseshell left. There's the pattern there. They're about to go, the patterns. Then sold out. Now, which skirt's that one then? That's the skirt, just the pattern for the skirt there. There's only 2 of those left. And then we're going down, sold out, sold out, sold out. Right, so let's have a look. So that is the tortoiseshell skirt about to sell out. And the Dyson green, there's more people got that in their baskets than we've got stock. So please be careful. She'll be back in an hour. She'll need to sit down now in a quite darkened room and a cup of coffee from Greg's.
Oh, yes.
I will be back. Pauline says, hang on. I've got wax fabric in green and didn't even think about making a skirt out of it. So there you go. There you go. You wouldn't know, would you? And Glenys says, just bought the top, looking forward to it arriving. See, it's so popular. They're so popular. She'll be back in an hour. Adaku will be back in an hour. I do apologise, ma'am. So when you were a barrister, did we call you ma'am in court? Or was that just the judge? I don't know. She'll be back in an hour. And after the break, we're going to be doing some American it's not English paper piece. It's American piecing. There's no paper in it. American piecing. Hand piecing. There it is. It's all hand sewn. It's lovely, isn't it?
Wow.
You could do it. Now that's a good question. Elliot just said, could you use your fabric to make quilts out of?
Yes.
I think they'd make lovely, beautiful quilts, wouldn't
Yes.
they? Wash the fabric first, though, because otherwise when you make it and then wash it, and I like it when it shrinks up, but I'd wash the fabric first. All right, we will see you in 4 minutes from now.
Sewing has been part of the great British heritage for thousands of years, starting with hand sewing with English paper piecing and then progressing to machines to give us high-end British tailoring. We are proud to be a nation of sewists. So to commemorate this, Sewing Street is holding Great British Sewing Week. Tune in from Monday the 12th to Sunday the 18th of July for celebrations of all things British. We have the traditional prints from Liberty and William Morris, as well as makes from our talented guest designers. Keep a lookout for some special giveaways and some new and familiar faces. Join us from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Monday the 12th to Sunday the 18th of July on Freeview 72, Sky 670, YouTube and Facebook Live.
Follow Sewing Street and Yarn Lane on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date with what's coming up on the show, as well as being the first to know about our amazing offers. Get involved with our competitions that are exclusive to social media. And pick up some top tips from us too.
Hello, I'm Catherine Wright. I'm from Leicestershire Craft Centre, which is based in Market Harborough. I love all kinds of sewing, but probably my favourite thing to do is dressmaking. But I also teach patchwork and free motion embroidery and anything to do with textiles, really. I love to have a go at felting and crochet and knitting and, oh, you name it, I'll have a go at it. So I started sewing when I was 7. My mum taught me to sew, and the very first thing I made was an apron. But I'm a terribly impatient person. I just want to get on with the project. So I didn't wait for her to help me cut it out, and I cut it out myself, and I didn't know you had to have a seam allowance. So I made the world's smallest apron, and my mum still has it somewhere. Sewing tips, I would say, I teach a lot of people to sew, especially beginners, and I would say don't get disheartened, take your learning journey slowly. Don't expect to suddenly make a ball gown or suddenly make a king-size quilt. Build up your skills, slowly. And I would also say the iron is your friend. Use your iron a lot. It makes your sewing look so much better. It helps you get things in place where you want it before you sew, and is a really handy thing to have.
If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page. If you're a Sewing Street or Yarn Lane customer, no matter how many times you check out in one day, you will only pay one postage and packaging. So don't wait to add the item you want to your basket and check out. You will only pay one P&P even if you check out multiple times in one day.
Sewing Street have our very own app. You can now watch and shop from anywhere. Simply download the app from your app store onto your smartphone or tablet, then log in or create an account, and you're done. You can watch us live from anywhere, browse all our recently played items and pre-orders so you never miss out on any show deals, and message the studio to say hello at any time. And remember, you can check out as many times as you want and only pay one P&P all day.
Sewing has been part of the great British heritage for thousands of years, starting with hand sewing with English paper piecing and then progressing to machines to give us high-end British tailoring. We are proud to be a nation of sewists. So to commemorate this, Sewing Street is holding Great British Sewing Week. Tune in from Monday the 12th to Sunday the 18th of July for celebrations of all things British. We have the traditional prints from Liberty and William Morris, as well as makes from our talented guest designers. Keep a lookout for some special giveaways and some new and familiar faces. Join us from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Monday the 12th to Sunday the 18th of July on Freeview 72, Sky 670, YouTube and Facebook Live.
Elliot's just said down my earpiece, too much bread, not enough butter. What on earth does that mean? Emma and I have never, ever heard of that before. Right, okay, so here we go. We're doing American hand piecing now. This is one of the blocks we're going to make. There's another block we're going to make. Lovely, aren't they? Right, what I'll do is I'll go through, because the graphics are working, I'll go through everything that I've got to offer you this hour. And then Emma will do a demonstration, and she might shout at me a couple of times to show something. I don't mean shout at me, I mean tell me to show you something. But I want to go through everything. Right, so if you've never, ever, ever done any before, then this is your essential. It's just the instructions on their own. American hand piecing, ZIE 317. Is that our code number? There you go. $8.99. This is if you've never, ever, ever. Right, don't check out yet. Don't check out straight away because I've got other things to show you that you might want as well. But so this here is the only. Oh, hang on. This is what you need. This is your basic. There is a block pattern in here. There's the star pattern in here. But this is your basic full instructions on how you do American piece. I keep wanting to say paper piecing, but it's not. There's no paper in there. There's no paper in there whatsoever. So that there is your basic instructions. You get 5 pages. You get 5 pages of instructions, 6 pages of instructions of how to do American hand piecing. We're going to show you during the show now, but if you want to just buy that on its own, then that's where you start, because you need to buy that. But what I was saying was don't check out yet, is I've got a bundle, right? I've got a bundle here of 5 patterns, right? Is it 5? Well, I'll tell you now. So anyway, look. So you get that American hand piecing that I just showed you then. There you go. There, you get that in there, but you also get the hexagon block. You also get the weather vane block. You get the windmill weather vane block. She's not made these easy to say, has she? And she's got a floor tile block in there as well. Yeah, there you go. Right? No, that's a different... What's the other bundle called? There's 2 bundles. You've got 2 bundles of patterns. Right, hang on. So what's this bundle called then here? Oh! Okay. Right, okay. I thought I'll take that back. Sorry, Paul. Sorry, Paul. Paul was saying, I don't think this is right, and I was like, can't be right. So, this is why I said, that one's $8.99 on its own, right? You can buy... Emma's looking really worried now. This one is, you get the one that is $8.99, plus you get the hexie, plus you get the weather vane, plus you get the windmill, plus you get the floor tile for $15.99. She's pulling a funny face at me now. It doesn't affect Emma, don't worry. She still gets paid her money, don't you worry. So that's why I didn't realise there were... I thought there would be a bit of a saving. I didn't realise there'd be quite so much of a difference. So that one, you'll get the one that you definitely need, this one here, that you definitely need to show you how to do it. And then these are other ones, your hexie, your weather vane, your floor tile, and your windmill weather vane. All of those for $15.99. Then I've also got now these 2 are the 2 we're going to do today. If you don't buy these on their own if you haven't learnt how to do American hand piecing. But these 2 come. So these are the 2 we're doing today, aren't they, Emma? This one here. Yep. So we've got
brand new. Never been seen anywhere else.
Never been seen anywhere else, and actually weren't really seen here. If she hadn't forgotten to put them in her car, they might not have made it at all.
In bike.
$3.99 for starflower block and freeze frame block. Now the reason these are $3.99 is you do need this one to give you the basics, right? And then you can buy these as $3.99. So if you've bought patterns from Emma before and you've got the American hand piecing basic, for $3.99 you can just add these 2 to your collection. So what I presume what the idea is that you start off with this, you get the other one with 4 in, and then there's 2 this week, and then in a few months' time there'll be 2 more. So you can just build and build and build on your American hand piecing. Okay? Right, I've also got fabrics here for you to work with. So now, I don't have codes, Paul, so you're going to have to work out from your picture what these are. Yeah, it's got 4 bundles. Oh, actually, this might be the code for it. SMUU26. Okay, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Right, so many of you have come in to get this during the pre-order. There's how many left? There's a quarter of the stock left. Quarter of the stock left, £13.97. So you get this, this and this, plus this and this. Lovely. These are fat quarters, by the way. They are fat quarters. 5 fat quarters for £13.97. It's a good price, isn't it? Okay. Okay, there's only 6 left now, and there's more than 15 people got in their baskets.
I like that one because it's got the hidden monkeys on it.
It's got what?
The hidden monkeys.
It's got hidden monkeys on. You'll see that more in a minute. You'll see that more in a second. Right, now I've got... Which one are you working with?
Tilda at the moment.
Oh, Tilda. We'll do Tilda next then. So these are Tilda fat quarter bundles, 5 of them. $22.99. Lovely plum tones there. Oh, lilac, sorry, not plum, lilac. Well, no, to me, they say plum. Mm-hmm. £22.99. I think you'll find that in past collections of Tilda, she will have called that plum. $22.99. 5 fat quarters in there. Now, which one do you want to get to next? Oh, I'll just go. Yeah, VJUU86. Now, I don't recognise these fabrics. Oh, they're lovely. Oh, of course I do. It's the Jardin de la Reine. It's the Queen's Garden.
Oh, Jardin de la Reine.
Yeah, did I say it wrong?
Reine.
Reine. Reine.
Reine.
Reine. Anyway, they're beautiful. I'm used to... Jardin de la Reine has big birds on it normally and very exotic flowers. £18.49, that one. They're designer fabrics. $18.49 they are. They're lovely. Even if you're not going to do American hand piecing, these are just lovely to have in your stash, aren't they? Bright, bright, bright colours there. Okay, moving on. Fat quarters. Loads of that one in baskets. Make sure you check out your baskets. Right, the next one is WCUU05. Now this is Dina Designs. This one's not. This is a Rose and Hubble. I think they're lovely. Look, there's not enough fabric here to make a shirt for you, Paul. Beautiful. Dina Designs. Those 4 are Dina Designs. This one's a Rose and Hubble. Ivory. $15.99. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fat quarters. $15.99. There we go. Last one. Here we go. So we've got now, these are more traditional, aren't they? These. Mode at daybreak. In the break, I'm gonna break something in the gallery in a minute. Paul's going like this on my microphone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Like that. He says, are you having fun, John? Because he's back producing. $14.99. This one. These are Moda. Lovely quality in print, says Susan in Cambridgeshire. I hurt my hand then banging on the table. At $14.99. Beautiful, traditional, aren't they? Lovely, traditional. These 4 are Moda. This one is a Rose and Hubble. Right, now, also in the bundle, I've got these fabrics by the ½ metre. Right, no, yeah, but which one did you say you used in yours? The navy. You're going to see, they're all been run through. They've all been run through. We'll do that one and we'll do the monkey one, if that's right. So there's the navy one. $3.49 for ½ metre, that is. We brought that in because Emma's going to use that in her demo. We also have like the purples and the ivories, the golds and the greys. They've all gone straight through on the website, on the show deals, right? Now this one, this one's lovely because this is the one that Emma used on her sample. Half a day stock of this is gone already. It's nice, isn't it? £6.99 for half a metre. It's mid-nila, monkey hanging, floral, black and white autumn fabric. Crikey. But look, little monkeys. £6.99 for half a metre, that one. There's a couple of other things I just need to show you. It's black and white. The background's black and white. Then there's metallic in there as well. A bit of metallic in there. Right, this, something that Emma always uses. You're going to see this being used. Now, every time Emma comes on with these, they sell out. So please be careful today. It's £14.99. It is an ironing and cutting multi-mat in blue spot. £14.99. I'm not going to talk about it now because you'll see Emma using it during the show. And which needles do you use betweens to do yours, or do you use sharps?
I use sharps.
Okay. £14.99. £14.99 for that. Right, so shall we get on and do some American hand piecing?
Yay.
Right, what is it? So what is it?
What is it? Well, American. I call it American hand piecing, but in America, obviously, they just call it hand piecing.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And then the English paper piecing. But this is how I very first learned how to do patchwork. And I didn't even have a sewing machine, so I had to do it all sort of with hands. And I didn't even have template plastic, which is the sort of upgraded version of making templates. I just had cereal box card. And yeah, just got away with it.
And were you in America at the time?
Yeah. Yeah, so Kaylee was little. I think Kaylee was only about 2.
A long time ago then.
I know. She's 27 now.
27.
27.
It's frightening, isn't it, how quickly the time goes?
Yeah. So I really like this because it's slow, but it also goes quick, if that makes sense.
No.
I know. You can do it anywhere. So the only thing you need to do beforehand is sort of prepping. So I do it on planes, in cars.
When you were allowed to go on an aeroplane.
Back when I could do that. Yeah. Waiting for people like at appointments, anywhere. I always have a little bit of hand sewing with me so I can just whip it out. In front of the telly is my favourite. Yep. So in the instructions that you'll get, so the full-on instructions, I call that, like you've got, that shows you everything step by step how to do it. And from that, if you follow all the instructions in that, you will make a 6-inch sawtooth star block.
Right.
So I would definitely recommend beginning with that.
Yes.
You've got all the techniques that you need to know to go on to bigger things.
So that's like your Bible sort of thing to go to, and then all the others are patterns of, you'd use the techniques within here to make all the others.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to warn you, I need to tell you that the bundle of 5 are sold out. The bundle of 5 ones are sold out. So now I've got this, and I've got today's 2. That's all I've got today.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So the first thing you'll do once you read the instructions is there are templates that you need to transfer either to template plastic, or you can do serial card, anything like that.
The template plastic is on the website. We had it on the show. Oh, they're all blurring into one now. Either yesterday or the day before. Yeah. It's on the website though. Have you got the one with red squares on it?
I do.
Yeah, that's exactly the one that Emma's using. Is available on the website.
That's really nice. And the thing I like about templates is that they're reusable. I mean, I've got templates that I've cut out to make hand piecing from at least 20 years ago, and I still just reuse
it down
them.
on things so Elliot can just do a close-up of it. Oh,
it blends.
Yeah, it blends in a bit. But it's basically template plastic that's got a 1/4 inch red lines that are 1/4 inch apart on.
Stay there. So yeah, I'll move it over for you. There you go.
Perfect. Lovely.
Yep. And that's what's nice because they are mostly, the templates are in inches mostly. So you've got a nice even grid because they're also imperial measures. Once you've got your templates cut out, now these templates are you're gonna mark your sew lines with this.
Right.
So these are templates, do not include your seam allowance.
Right.
Oh, the multi-mat.
Oh,
so
yeah,
using a
multi-mat
format, yes, because I love a multi-mat, and this is perfect for this project. It's got a pressing mat on the outside.
Yeah.
So if you want to just have it next to your sewing machine as you're machine sewing, it's very easy to just press something on it because it doesn't take up much space. You've got a nice handy dandy cutting mat on the inside as well for cutting those dog ears off with your rotary cutter if you want to do that. But for hand piecing, it has this sheet of, and I've got my nails on it. very fine grit sandpaper. And what that does, that's perfect for using for marking up your templates. So I put my fabric on top and my template on top of that. Now normally I would use a pencil for this, but I've got a friction pen today. I would normally use a friction pen because you will be pressing, and then your lines will disappear, which won't matter.
Yes.
Yeah, if it's all sewn around the outside, that doesn't matter. But if you've got edges that you need to match up, so I've normally use a pencil.
Yeah.
And what it does, it makes it so you don't have to press so hard on the pencil because the grit of the sandpaper just helps to make that mark. But you just draw around each one. Now when you are marking your template, you want to make sure you've got at least 1/4 inch of fabric around the outside of your shape. So you're going to leave at least 1/2 inch in between marking shapes.
If you're drawing more than, yes, exactly, drawing more than one, And it's saying that's why pads to do drawing in, sketchbooks have the paper slightly rough, so your pencil.
Oh.
Didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Another thing I really like about this technique is that there's very little fabric waste.
Yes, yeah.
So you can get a lot of shapes, a lot of template shapes out of a piece of fabric. So those fat quarters will go quite a long way. So I'm just going to do those 2 for now. And there's another one. I did some triangles. So when I do the triangles, I don't know if you can see that, Elliot. This is pencil, so it might be a bit faint.
Oh no, I can see those.
Okay.
Ooh.
Maybe. Yeah, there you can see. So I've sort of nested them. So I've got one triangle there, and then I've just flipped it around, and I've got another triangle there.
Yeah.
So I've got at least 1/2 inch in between.
I was going to say, what you've got to remember is the 1/2 inch between the two, at least 1/2 inch between the two.
Yeah, between everything.
Yeah.
But you can nest them so that you, again, very little wastage there.
Yeah. So do you use scissors rather than rotary cutters for this?
Oh,
then?
yes. Yes,
Oh,
scissors.
yes.
Yes, scissors are a must for this. And these are quite big, so I do have a smaller pair that I also use for trimming. But a nice good, it doesn't have to be fancy fabric scissors. Sometimes just, you know, a new pair from the pound shop or something will do just as well, as long as they just cut fabric.
From the pound shop.
Yeah, I tend to. I went through a spate of buying a pair of scissors every time we went shopping because I could never find any.
Oh no! Now who was in the other day? And Sam Sabito. Every time she comes in, she's got a different pair of scissors. That's because she hunts the house looking for scissors. She's got hundreds of pairs all over the house. And last week she came in with like a little pair of scissors from a cracker, you know, little plastic ones and things. All she could find before she came in.
Oh, bless her. Okay, once you've done that, what I recommend doing is then recreating your block. So if you're going to do the 6-inch square, 6-inch sawtooth star, just lay out all your pieces as where they would normally
all of
be.
these blocks then that we're doing here all 6-inch on all these instructions, the star flower and everything, are they all 6-inch blocks?
No, the sawtooth star is 6 inches.
Which is the one which is this one
in
in
the
here?
instructions, yep. Everything else is 12 inches.
Right, okay.
But that means that you can do 4 of those sawtooth stars and make a 12-inch block.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So this is the freeze frame block.
Right.
I'm just going to lay this one out because I'm going to start sewing on the other one.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But just so you can see what it would look like in Tilda.
Here you go. Freeze frame block and the star flower block.
Yep.
Oh, hang on, that's a different one. Paul's brought that one in. That's right. So that's that one there with your basic instructions. The one we're working on now is this one here.
Let's see, actually, this is this one.
These are brand new today. Nobody's seen these before. They're in a box in my dressing room right now.
Yeah.
They've got to go to the warehouse this afternoon so they can be put into your... No, they're not signed by me, these. These are not signed. Okay, let's have a look at the block Emma's making. No. Paul said, because every time Paul comes in, I'm either signing books or I'm signing threads or photographs or things like that.
So this is literally just how I've decided to lay it out. So
Right.
you don't have to use these fabrics in these places. It's exactly however you want to do it.
Okay.
But this is what the freeze frame block would look like.
Yeah.
And the reason for laying it out like this before you sew anything is one, sort of orientate your brain to know where all the bits are going to go. 2, to make sure that you've got enough of that particular shape and that particular colour cut out. And then 3, it's actually a trial run of the colours.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you actually like where all the fabrics are?
Yeah.
Because this is the point at which you can actually say, actually, I'm not sure I like that there, and
Yeah.
change it.
Also, the reason it's looking a little bit all uneven is because all the seam allowance are still on there. Once
Yes.
it's all sewn together, they'll all...
It'll all
Yeah.
be neat and nice, and this is just
Also,
my
if
roughly
you've got a
cut out.
directional fabric like you've got in the middle, it makes sure you get
Yes.
the middle one the right, or that whichever
Yeah.
direction one the right way up.
Yeah, and that's one of the Tilda fabrics, and it has some really lovely little woodland animals and bears and trees and things on it, so that makes a nice feature in the middle. So that's what the freeze frame one would look like that.
But we're not making that one today.
We're not making that one.
Okay.
But I'm going to steal some of the pieces from it for the other one. So move that, I'll just...
Elliot's very impressed that you could do that without a drawing. Elliot's only got a very short memory span, so he wouldn't remember. So.
Just going to leave that there. So the other one...
Yeah, he has got a very short medical attention, not medical attention span. Right, so we're now doing the star flower block, aren't we? Which is also brand spanking new today. Using the tilde again. Welcome new buyers, lots of new buyers today.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the most dysfunctional family on television.
So this one actually has a sawtooth star in the middle of it.
Oh, right, so the one, so it's a 6-inch sawtooth star in the middle.
Yes.
So this is what you will make if you get the American hand piecing instructions.
Yep. And then these will go here.
So, okay, you've got the tilde fat quarter bundle there, and you've supplemented it with some of the navy blue Rose
yes.
and Hubble, yeah.
Go. Don't worry, we'll get
You
to
put
some
it together
sewing.
in a funny order, don't you? Well, I'm
Yeah.
saying funny order, but
I'm doing it. It's just how my brain works, how my brain is thinking about it,
Yeah.
basically. There we go. And then it has these in the corners.
Oh, you've already made those?
I've already made these ones. Yeah, just to go there. And then it was here.
you haven't
here.
made the top right hand one. Oh, yes,
No,
there you go. Half
that's
made it.
Half made it, so that's what I'm going to show. There we go.
Okay.
So that's one. Yeah. So
So you've literally cut all the raw ingredients out, as it
Yep.
were, and just laid them out to make sure that you like it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And actually, now that I've seen that, I think I'm going to. This is what I mean by trying out your fabrics. So I'm actually going to take those away because I'm not sure I like the contrast. And I would put this here instead. And it looks, just by changing the fabric, you can change the whole look.
I was going to say, because it only had a little bit of navy blue in when you did it that time, didn't
Yeah.
it?
So there
Oh,
we
yeah,
go.
that's nice.
Yeah. So then you can really see these bits.
Oh, look from Karen. Morning, John. Wow, Emma, you're looking super chic in your
Oh.
hip biker chick. You hip
Yeah,
biker
thank you.
chick. She did bring a dress to change into. But she
I
went,
did.
What should I do? What should I do?
Yeah, I also sort of didn't realise I only had 15 minutes to get
Yes, 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 yeah. She hadn't been told she was on at 8 o'clock. So
Well, I probably had, I just didn't pay attention.
So we literally, I was running around, I was all ready and everything. I was like, you're right, mate, yeah, I'm fine, sitting in the dressing room. It's like, normally by now I've heard the hairdryer, the heated rollers, and that's just me. The heated hair rollers have been out, the makeup's been out.
Yeah, so it was a very quick. So that's that. Now I'm going to start by sewing. So what the order, if I go back, the instructions that you get that are supplementary to it tells you the order of piecing everything because it looks...
In this one or in this one?
All of them.
Oh, in all of them?
All of them, to be honest with you,
Right.
all of them lays
Tells you
out...
the order which to
yes,
sew, right.
because it's sort of, when you look at it, you're like, oh, where do I even start?
Yeah.
But you just break it down into smaller components. So you've got 4 sort of 4 patches in the corners.
Yeah.
And I'll sew that. And then these ones are literally flying geese units,
Oh, yeah.
just like that. So you sew those together. And then they'll end up in strips, and
Yeah.
then you put it all together. So once you break it apart and reduce it to smaller bits, you just start with the smallest bit and then build it up, really. So if I start here, so I've already got this bit done, I'm going to sew these 2 squares together.
Right.
And that's the other thing about laying it out, is that it helps to orientate which piece of fabric and which seam line you need to work
Yeah,
on.
of course, yeah.
So I'm going to make a mess again, Elliot.
That's right.
Because I want to show.
Oh!
I know.
That's Elliot's mind's gone exploding now.
Because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing without
Right.
any distractions underneath. So the way that I start is I've got a pin in the corner there, and I pin it through to the corner on this side so it matches up, just like that.
Yeah.
So my fabric is basically hanging free. It's all, the corners all lined. And then what I want to do is I want to pin it back through the fabric, but making sure that my seam lines that I've marked are also perfectly aligned. So like that.
Right.
So that helps me to remember that that is a direction that, of the seam that I'm going to sew along.
Right.
And it also keeps it nicely aligned. So
just the one pin then.
just the one pin. Yep. And so my seam lines are all aligned all together.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm going to need a bit more thread. I'm actually using hand quilting thread on this.
You're using what, sorry?
Hand quilting thread.
Okay.
The
Does
re-
that make it, what thickness is that then? Does it make it thicker or thinner?
It's thicker and stronger, slightly thicker and stronger.
Right.
So the reason I use hand quilting thread is because I reuse my thread, or use the same piece of thread for several different seams.
Uh-huh.
But that means that you've got a lot of wear on your eye, on your thread. By using a slightly stronger thread, it means that that isn't going to break.
Oh, okay.
And also, because you've only got one thread, in essence, holding your pieces together, because it's a little bit stronger, it'll be a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah, because normally if you're machining it, you've got your bobbin thread and you've got your top thread.
Yeah. So, okay. So I've got that pinned, I've got my thread. Oh, and a thimble. You will definitely need a thimble for this.
Okay.
I started without a thimble to begin with because I never sewed with a thimble.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, of my first day of doing it, I'm like, I need to learn how to use a thimble.
Because this bit on your finger, and
Yeah.
first of all, to start with, it ends up with just hundreds of little. So you put your hand in the washing up liquid bowl, and it's
It's stingy. All right. So what I'm going to do to start off my sewing is I'm going to do the same thing with my needle that I did with the pin on this end.
Right.
So I'm going to put my needle straight through the corner, and then straight through the corner.
Does it matter which direction we sew in?
No, I only do it this way because, possibly because I'm right-handed, but you can do it whichever way, really. The other thing I was going to say, if you still need some help with this, I will be teaching this as a class on Festival of Quilts on the Sunday.
Festival of Quilts?
Yeah, on the Sunday, a Festival of Quilts, so you can come
there you go.
actually, do it with me.
On the Sunday, you say?
On the Sunday morning, yeah. So what I've done is I've put it through the corner,
Yeah.
and I've brought it back up through the fabric, aligning both of my sew lines. Then what I do is I'm going to hold this bit of fabric to my thumb and forefinger, or middle finger, and then holding my fabric secure, I run this all the way through.
Oh.
So the only thing holding that fabric together is my fingers. Oh, there we go.
But your threads come all the way through?
Yeah, threads all the way through. It's still on my needle.
Right.
Because what I want to do now is I want to start sewing about the same spot that I brought my needle up. So about 1/2 inch from the corner, but going in that direction.
Right.
Into the corner.
Right.
And it just
And you're doing it like sashiko. You're putting...
It's just running stitch.
Yeah.
Small running stitches. And then when I get to the corner, pull my thread through.
Right.
Until it's about, and I haven't got a knot in it or anything, it's just that I'm leaving a tail of thread
Right.
about 1/2 inch long or so.
I don't understand why you pulled it all the way through beforehand, though.
It's just, you don't have to do it that way, but that's the way that I know that it's going to be aligned.
Right.
So you could just put a pin.
Elliot, sorry. Go on.
You could
Elliot's
just-
trying to tell me what you're doing, that's all. And I want to listen to you.
He's
so-
mansplaining
Yeah,
to you.
yeah.
Oh, okay, Elliot.
Yeah. Because Elliot's, you know, seems just extraordinary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could just put a pin in that corner and do exactly the same thing, and then pull the pin out and just start sewing.
Right.
This is just the way that I do
Okay.
it. So yeah, but it's one of those. I'm showing you how I would do it.
Yeah.
If you find a better technique that works for you to get to the same thing,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
just
yeah.
to make sure that corner's aligned and your seam lines are aligned,
Yeah.
then go for it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So now I'm going back in the opposite direction,
Right.
and again along that seam line. Now that first set of stitches that I did, I call that my running back stitch.
Right.
So it just makes it secure, so you don't have to put a knot in it or anything, and you don't add bulk with a knot.
Yeah.
And then I just do a few stitches, sort of the length of the needle. And every time I pull my needle through, when I start again, I do a little back stitch.
I was going to say, you're going to do back stitch now.
Yeah. So I do the back stitches all the way along.
Oh, I
the
see. So you
seam.
do a running stitch, and then at the end of the length of your needle, you then do a back stitch to hold them in place.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's funny, Elliot wasn't explaining that one to me then.
So I do a back stitch roughly about every 3/4 of an inch or so. And then when you get to the corner on the opposite side, you stop and you just do a reverse running back stitch.
Right.
But this is all drawn out in the instructions as well, and there are
Yeah.
diagrams and photos and
So it's like you're doing like a reverse stitch on the sewing machine, but by hand.
yes.
Yeah. But you're not going any further than your line, are you?
No, I'm just sewing the line and no more. So
Right.
my corners are all free.
Free, yeah.
Yeah,
Because if you were doing it by a machine, you'd run
all the way across.
all the way across, wouldn't you?
Yeah. No, these are both of them. You can
Yeah,
see free.
okay.
It's literally you just sew along your marked line,
Mm-hmm.
just like that. So now I'm going to trim that down, chop my corners off.
Oh, already?
Yep,
Wow.
and then trim it down to about 1/4 of an inch seam allowance.
Okay. Kaz says, I love this. It's the way I've always done it.
Oh.
I've never seen anyone else do it this way before.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah, this is a way. Yeah, this is the way I learnt, and I didn't know about English paper piecing when
No.
I learnt.
No.
And I have to admit, I haven't tried it, but I do find this, and I've taught people who have done English paper piecing, and they say this way is a lot quicker.
Yeah, because you haven't got to get the paper and
Paper,
fold it
yeah,
and
and
tack
do it all
and
over
that,
in.
yeah.
And more portable as well, because I have had some ladies say that they've been on holiday and they've realised, oh, we forgot our templates, and
Yeah.
then they can't do anything because they can't get it.
John, I made the very first quilt using this method, all
Oh,
done by
yeah.
hand. That was in 1997. I've
Oh.
progressed since. Now I've got a stripology from Shirley.
Yeah.
She's in a select state province, if applicable.
Oh,
Didn't put where you live in there, Shirley. The thing is, oh yes, I was going to say, can you do hexes? But one of the instructions is for hexes,
It's for
isn't it?
hexes, yeah. My mum's first quilt, I taught my mum to do it this way as well,
Uh-huh.
and I actually taught my mum how to quilt. And her first quilt was hexes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, grandmother's garden quilt.
Oh nice.
Yeah. So that's
Right.
that.
Okay.
Now
So that's it. Yeah.
I'm going to sew this onto this.
Uh-huh.
Now I want to show this because when we get to these seams in the middle here,
Yeah.
where these seams meet, there's another technique.
Okay. Yeah. Because normally you'd have pressed those one way, one the other way, and you'd nestle them, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So
Well, you can still do
I'm
that.
not pressing at all at any point.
You can press at this point. I often find a finger press or one of those seam rollers
Yeah.
works really well.
Yeah. Available on the website.
Yeah, and then once the block is done, you can give it a final press.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So what I'm going to pin, corner to corner, every single corner. So where my seams join, I'm going to put a pin.
Okay, right, yeah.
And do the same thing I did before. So corners are matched and seam allowances, or seams rather, seam lines are matched. And then I'm going to do another one in this corner.
Right.
So if you had a row of lots of squares, for instance, you would put a pin in every corner. There we go. So you've got both pins.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Both pins.
Right, okay. A blast from the past. This is how I taught patchwork 20 years ago. Thank you, Emma,
yay.
from Catherine in Tyne and Weir. She says, hello, John. Great show. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess I would have learned about 25 years ago, so yeah. It's the same era. I love it. Right, so I'm going to start off.
While posted to Canada, I visited the Hutterites who make their huge quilts this way, says Karen in Dumfries and Galloway. Right, sorry, go on.
Oh, I'm just starting
Doing the same technique then.
Yeah, exactly the same way, starting. And it will be the same all the way up until I get to that seam. When I cross that seam.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just doing my back
stitch. So you do the same
stitch.
thing, pull it all the way through, and then do your...
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. How are we doing with stockwise on everything, Paul? Just while we're doing that, when you get to the centre, you do that.
I will.
But stop when you get to the centre.
Sure.
We'll see the thing. So we've got. Yeah. Done that. Yeah. Oh, fat quarters. Okay then. Fat quarter pack. So we've got this one here, which was the Dina Designs one. $15.99, Dean Designs fat quarter pack if you want to. Now, you get quite a lot out of that then. If you've got 5 fat quarters, you're going to get quite a few blocks out of that.
You will get quite a few blocks.
$15.99.
I used that for one of my previous shows as well, same one, and it has some beautiful little birds on it, so you can do some...
fussy cutting and things.
Yes.
Then we've got this one here, which is La Reine de la Jardin, La Jardin de la Reine.
Reine.
There we go, 5 pieces there, Jardin de la Reine. 5 pieces, $18.49. I've got the Moda one. Oh, yep, we're all right. There's your Moda bundle, $14.99. Moda Daybreak, 5 pieces, a fat quarter pack there. Okay, then we've got the Tilda, which is the one that Emma's using. Emma's using this, plus she's supplemented it with some of the navy Rose and Hubble. Okay, please be careful if you've got that one in your basket, you need to check out. And then very quickly, this monkey fabric that we had, there's only a metre left. So only, if you've got this in your basket, please check out. Okay, right, we've got to the centre.
Yep. So I am at the middle.
Okay. And we'll just come in there now. Just bring the camera coming round. There you go.
Okay. So I'm at the centre bit.
Yeah.
Pull my needle through. So I've sewn all the way up to where my seams meet. Now what I'm going to do, if I hold it up this way, the idea is that I'm going to run my needle through all of the what I call it's like pages of a book. You know when you open up a book, all your little seams, they sort of stick out.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to run it all the way through to where I started. So I'm just going to go from corner to corner. So from this corner through to that corner.
Right.
And pull my thread all the way through. And then across this one. And this matches up your corners.
Oh, yes.
There we go. So my corners are all matching, and it keeps that sort of bit where all the seams join nice and tight, so you don't get a hole there, a little gap.
Oh, and I see there's no loops over it because you're going through where
going
you've
through.
just come out of. So
Yeah.
I was thinking you were going to go over and there'd be a big loop over your seamless, but there isn't. You're literally going through and through and through.
Yeah. And then I end up back where I started, just like that. And then I just go through this one. And then I can continue sewing to the pin. So I'm just going to continue with my running stitches and my little back stitches every time. Just make sure that, there we go. So the only thing to do is make sure that you are running your needles through that seam line that you've marked on both sides every time you make a stitch, so you don't wander. And that also makes it very accurate.
Of course, yeah. Now, Jonah said, would you wash the material before cutting it out?
Okay, so there's two schools of thought.
Yeah.
I put it down to personal preference. So I do tend to wash my fabrics.
When you're making a quilt and everything?
Yeah, anything. I always wash them before I use them.
Right.
Now, the reason I do that is because it takes the shrink out. It also takes the sizing out, which tends to make me sneeze. But...
Which is why me, Emma, Hannah,
Yeah.
everybody all have our coughing and sneezing fits, because every time we have new fabrics, it's got the dressing on it.
It does,
and when
yeah.
you've got ones that have been cut, there's all the little strands
yes,
and
yes.
everything up there.
Now, however, a lot of people do prefer, especially if they are machine sewing, prefer to use unwashed fabric because it has the sizing in it. So it means that your pieces lay nice and flat,
Yeah.
and you can be a lot more accurate, because when you do wash it, it does sort of, I won't say warp the fabric a little bit, but it shifts.
It kind of, when you make a quilt and you make it brand new without washing it, it's all precise when you wash it, and before you wash it, and when you wash it, it kind of
Shrinks.
tightens up
It
and
does.
shrinks up a little bit, doesn't it?
Yes.
But
So
as a dressmaker, if you're making dresses, always wash your
yes,
fabric.
definitely. So that's the other thing, is if you don't wash your fabrics, they will shrink when you wash it
Yeah.
eventually. A lot of people like the puckered look because it makes it look a bit more
Yeah,
antique-y.
yeah.
I find I use cotton waddings anyway, so I do tend to get that puckered look anyway.
Yeah, because the wadding's doing it, even though
Yeah.
you washed your fabric.
It'll
That's
have
why I asked Adaku earlier about it. She always washed it before
Yes.
anything, because
Yeah.
her fabric has got a 10%. Most fabrics have a 5 to 6% shrinkage, but hers got up to 10% shrinkage. So if you're making a dress, always wash, because you don't want to
Wash.
make it fit and then
and then
it'd be
shrink.
10% smaller when
Yes.
you put it on. Yeah.
Yes. So I know when I used to buy, well, I still do. When I buy fabric, I just tend to put it, as soon as I get home, I put it straight in the wash.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
The thing is, I absolutely love seeing brand new fabric in my cupboard.
oh,
Do you
yeah.
know what I mean? It looks so lovely when it's in the cupboard
It
like
does.
that. But no, if you're using it, you definitely have to wash it.
Yeah.
So Joan, I hope that helped.
Yeah. So yeah, it's literally personal preference, and those are the reasons why you would or wouldn't wash.
Yeah.
But there's
Also,
no right or
the other
wrong
thing
way.
is, if you do have allergies, remember that fabric has travelled halfway around the world. It's been in warehouses there where it's made.
Dust.
It's been in a loom where it's been made. Then it's come to another warehouse. Then, so you know what I mean. It's been around quite a while.
Yeah.
That you might want to just wash it just for hygiene reasons, really.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't think it's such much of a problem nowadays, but it used to be, that's when I started, that a lot of fabrics would run. The colour would run.
Oh yes, yeah.
So that was
Especially
the other
red.
reason. Yeah, red, navy was another,
Yeah,
green,
yeah.
or solids.
Yeah, we all say with batiks as well, because batiks, properly made batiks from Bali will mostly run.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I'd say that again. There is a possibility
Ability,
that they
yeah.
can run, so I would say wash those first. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's go back. We've only got 7 minutes left.
Okay,
of sewing.
yeah, so I'm just going to recreate where I were, and I can show you what I would do next. So, there we go. That goes there. So the next bit I would do would be my flying geese units. Which are these two. When you do your sawtooth star, you have to do 4 flying geese units anyway, because they make the arms of the
Of
star.
course, yeah.
But then, that's the other thing. Once you've got your flying geese units down, you've got the templates for those. There's nothing to stop you from just doing flying geese units
No.
and putting them
Yeah.
all together. It's so versatile.
We're doing a flying geese purse tomorrow
Oh,
with Catherine Wright. Lynn says, thank you, Emma, for showing us this, this new to me craft.
Yay.
The thing is, it's most probably new to a lot of people, but it's been around.
Yes.
This is most probably how the forefathers in America will have made all their quilts, wouldn't it? Or foremothers, should I say.
Yes. There we go. There, that's all of those. So then what I would do is I would take these and just sew these on. These are straightforward.
Okay.
So just
Is the technique the same then?
it's
about
exactly the
corners
same.
and everything?
Yeah. Once you've got your basic sewing one seam down, that's all the same. Whenever you sew one seam, it's the same technique. And then when you've got you go around all your seams together where they join, that's the same thing exactly. So what I will do is I will sew these flying geese units, and then I will sew those two together. Do the same thing here, even though I don't have a seam on this side, I'll have a seam there. So I'll do the same going around. Sew those together to make a strip. And I'll do the same here. So you'd have 3 strips essentially. And then when you sew this onto here, you've got a seam here to go around, a seam here to go around, one here, one here, one here. It's just that you've got more in a row than what I've shown, but it's exactly the same technique, and you just continue, basically.
Okay.
Yep.
And how big were your, I know I'm going backwards now, but how big were your stitches that you did?
I've been doing it for quite a while. So I do tend to do quite small stitches. If I show you on this navy, you'll be able to see it better with the white. But, I mean, you can be quite large. I think the ones on one of these are larger.
Did you get Mikey to do that one then?
Mum did it for me.
Oh.
Yeah, my mum did it for me.
I was so stressed and anxious. Then on came Emma with such a lovely demo. I'm now inspired and chilled, says Linda. Oh,
I'm so
Linda,
glad.
that's lovely. And Sue also says, what lovely shows today.
Oh, yay.
Oh, and Kate says, a fab to see lovely Emma's demo. I've learned so much watching Sewing Street and tried new sewing techniques I would never have even attempted before.
Oh.
See, it's lovely, isn't it?
That is lovely.
Right, so.
Right.
Stop looking at your watch.
So mine are maybe about a millimetre and a half long. You said about needles. Yes, I use sharps.
Yeah. Between might be a little bit too short for
Yes,
it,
I do find between's a bit short, and I even use sharps for hand quilting as well.
Yeah.
For the same reason.
Now, who do we have? Who was doing EPP this week? Rebecca Reed.
Oh.
She said she started to use sharps to do her EPP with, and she finds it so much easier. She's always used betweens in the past.
Yeah. And you can get a finer sharp because it doesn't bend so much.
Yeah.
When I'm quilting, I find that they bend because there's a lot more pressure, but you can get away with a finer needle on just this hand sewing because they don't bend quite so easily. So there, you can see that's my...
Yeah.
Those are my stitches.
But now, so do we think the shorter the better? The smaller the better?
The finer, the smaller you'll be able to get your stitches.
Right.
But betweens are physically shorter than sharps. Yeah. So I find it hard to grip and I can't always get as many stitches on the needle.
I was going to say, once you've gone like that, there's no needle left to pull through, is there?
Exactly.
But then, like you said, your mum's stitches are a little bit bigger than yours. Does that matter? Does that make any difference to the thing? Or does it weaken it at all if the stitches are bigger?
No, it still hold together. My mum, I mean, even her original quilt, and she did it, it's got to be at least 20 years ago. Is still holding up fine.
Yeah,
the thing is, once you get them quilted, that also adds stability to them as well.
Yeah.
So
would you then hand quilt it rather than machine quilt? Because we've seen a shame to put the whole of a quilt top together by hand and then put it under a machine to quilt it.
Yeah, I think that's totally personal preference and physical ability as well.
Well,
because a lot of people
physically
can't handle that much. Yeah, I think it depends how you feel about
So
it.
I know
A lot
what
of
you
people,
machine quilt yours.
I have machine quilted some hand pieced ones, yes, but
I suppose
some
it
of
depends
them I
what
have
you're doing.
hand
If you're
quilted.
doing one block and you make a cushion out of it, then it would be lovely to hand quilt it.
Yes.
But if you've made a whole king size quilt, the
Yeah.
last thing you then want to do is then start going, right, well, I'll just hand quilt
Yeah.
it now. And, you know.
Well, but I have done that.
Yeah.
It just depends. I've also done ones where I've hand pieced all the blocks together, but then machine pieced them
The
together.
blocks together.
Yeah.
No.
To make the
of
whole
course,
quilt.
it's total. I was just thinking
Yeah.
though, you spent hours now. It's just sitting there like that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah,
whatever.
it would be nice if it is one of your goals to have a quilt that is completely hand sewn. Then yes, I would hand piece everything.
Yeah.
And hand quilt
Marcia
it as
made
well.
one for her husband's birthday. It took her years to
Yeah.
put it together in hand quilt. There's a Japanese lady that she watches on YouTube, and I don't know if Marcia's watching now, and she does all her blocks by hand, and you watch her do a log cabin, and she's like, and it's just incredible to watch, but she does exactly the same as you, puts all of the things on the needle and then pulls it through.
Yeah.
Princess says, I've never seen piecing done like this before. Would you sew the wadding and backing at the same time as sewing the top?
I suppose you could, like a quilt as you go.
Yeah.
You could do this and then hand quilt it and do a quilt as you go.
Oh yeah, I suppose
Yeah.
so. That's a
You
good
could do
question.
it. You could do it like that.
When are you in next then?
Oh, 30th, because it's Sewing Festival of Quilts week. It's the Friday of Festival of Quilts.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
She knows more than we do. So
Yeah.
she's on Friday the 30th.
Yes, and I'm doing my tessellated bird quilt, and then on the Saturday I'm teaching the class at Festival of Quilts as well.
The
so.
tessellated bird quilt that with the friction pen, that one.
Yes, with the friction pen, that one.
Yeah, okay, brilliant. Well, we'll see you then. Have a lovely time between then now. Send our love to Mikey and your mum.
Yeah.
Right, now, where am I going to go? Instructions on their own. So if you're just starting off and you want to learn all about it, $8.99. This is a 6-page booklet on how to do your American piecing. I keep wanting to say paper piecing. It's not paper piecing. Not going to say it. $8.99. That's your go-to, must-have, beautiful American hand piecing. Loads in baskets. Then I've got today's 2 blocks as well. So if you've already bought, if you've got the 5, one with 5 in has already gone. This one is available. These are brand spanking new today. This is what you just saw Emma making, that one, and that's the one she placed out before we did it. Freeze frame block and stuff like that. 2 of those for $3.99. That's good value, isn't it? Okay. Tilda bundle here. These are all fat quarters. Linda says, I'm hand piecing a Tilda quilt EPP. I'm currently into year 3. Wish I'd known this technique before I started. Aww. At $22.99, you get 5 fat quarters in there from Tilda. The which one, Paul? Le Jardin de la Reine. There you go. 5 fat quarters there. £18.49, that one. 5 pieces in that fat quarter bundle. Modar. There it is. Beautiful. This is more traditional, this one. That's not Moda, obviously. It's 4 Moda, 1 Rose and Hubble, $14.99. Moda Daybreak. Beautiful, $14.99. Dina Designs now. It's this one. That's a Rose and Hubble plain there. Then you've got your Dina Designs. £15.99. Don't forget the Quilters Multimat as well that Emma was using. Just do that very quickly because they always sell out when Emma's here. $14.99. There are only 10 left. 10 left and 10 people have got it in their basket. So if you all check out, that'll be it, gone for another day. They will be on, Barry the book buyer's in charge of ordering these, so I'm sure he'll be on to ordering more. Right, don't go anywhere because the next hour, Adaku's here. We are doing a dress and a pair of trousers. Oh, the trousers are lovely. Oh, I didn't realise they were such wide trousers. They're lovely, aren't they? Plus, the hour will start with me announcing the winner of yesterday's competition. We'll see you in 3.
We know that shopping online can be a confusing and sometimes daunting task, and sometimes all you want to do is talk to a human being. Well, our family-run customer service team are on call 24/7. They're full of friendly, warm-hearted individuals, all trained to make your shopping experience as easy and as enjoyable as possible. And not only will they take your order, they will also help and guide you on your shopping journey, so you never miss out.
If you're a Sewing Street or Yarn Lane customer, no matter how many times you check out in one day, you will only pay one postage and packaging. So don't wait to add the item you want to your basket and check out. You will only pay one P&P even if you check out multiple times in one day. Sewing has been part of the Great British heritage for thousands of years, starting with hand sewing with English paper piecing and then progressing to machines to give us high-end British tailoring. We are proud to be a nation of sewists. So to commemorate this, Sewing Street is holding Great British Sewing Week. Tune in from Monday the 12th to Sunday the 18th of July for celebrations of all things British. We have the traditional prints from Liberty and William Morris, as well as makes from our talented guest designers. Keep a lookout for some special giveaways and some new and familiar faces. Join us from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Monday the 12th to Sunday the 18th of July on Freeview 72, Sky 670, YouTube and Facebook Live. Missed the live show? Don't worry, we recorded it for you. Never miss out on your favourite presenters, guests and makes ever again. Head on over to our YouTube pages to watch back the day's live show and enjoy your favourite demos over and over again. We also have lots of great content exclusive to our YouTube pages, such as product demonstrations, troubleshooting videos, and so much more. Subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you never miss a show or video ever again.
Keep up to date with what's on Sewing Street and Yarn Lane, as well as all the latest news and special offers by signing up to our email newsletters. For Sewing Street, head on over to www.sewingstreet.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, type in your email address, click the envelope, and you're done. It's exactly the same for Yarn Lane. Head on over to www.yarnlane.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, type in your email address, click the envelope, and that's it. You are now subscribed to both Sewing Street's and Yarn Lane's email newsletters, so you'll never miss out on the latest news and special offers ever again.
Missed the live show? Don't worry, we recorded it for you. Never miss out on your favourite presenters, guests and makes ever again. Head on over to our YouTube pages to watch back the day's live show and enjoy your favourite demos over and over again. We also have lots of great content exclusive to our YouTube pages, such as product demonstrations, troubleshooting videos, and so much more. Subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you never miss a show or video ever again.
Sewing Street have our very own app. You can now watch and shop from anywhere. Simply download the app from your app store onto your smartphone or tablet, then log in or create an account, and you're done. You can watch us live from anywhere, browse all our recently played items and pre-orders so you never miss out on any show deals, and message the studio to say hello at any time. And remember, you can check out as many times as you want and only pay one P&P all day. Now remember, everybody who buys today, either from Sewing Street or from Yarn Lane, goes in for a competition. You have to fill in a code, you have to answer a question or anything like that. Today's prize is this. So one of you, this time tomorrow, I will announce the name of somebody who's won these 2 amazing books. There's another competition tomorrow. I call it a competition. It's kind of a giveaway, isn't it, really? So today's is Modern Quilting, a contemporary guide to quilting by hand. Oh, that's very apt with the hour that we've just done, isn't it? Because this is quilting by hand here. And then we've also got this lovely, dazzling New York beauty sample book. This is paper piecing. So we've got paper piecing and hand quilting all in that. That is today's prize, and somebody at 11 o'clock tomorrow will win those. However, yesterday's prize was a fantastic prize. Look, it was a 10-inch K-Facet charm pack layer cake. Just say, there you go. Plus the John Scott collection threads. Now, I've already signed it here, but I'm going to be giving the name in a minute, and I will personalise it for you with your name on it there as well. So, yesterday's winner that will get this, it'll come out to you, it'll be sent out to you next week, is Sue Pennington. You have won that charm pack and that box. Right, the box of threads is $47.99. The charm pack's about £42, isn't it? It's a really, really good prize, that one. Congratulations, Sue. Right, here you go, to Sue. Done it. There you go. It's to Sue. There you go. So that'll be on its way to you next week, Sue. Congratulations. Rightio. They just said I spelt your name wrong. If I have, I'll just put another box in for you, don't worry. Right. Adaku's back now. Everything in Adaku's last hour basically sold out. You've done what I said you to do. You've all jumped onto a pre-order. For example, in the patterns, I've only got one. And one of the patterns, there's only one left. I'll tell you about that in a second. First of all, let's reintroduce Adaku in case you weren't here earlier. It's so lovely to see her, I can't tell you. She looks so well.
Thank you.
Now, just remind us how this all got, how you got started, how Dovetailed started, basically.
So I was, I'd been a barrister for about 15 years, and after having children, I was just thinking about something else that I could do, other than going back to the bar full time. And I remember watching an episode of The Sewing Bee, and I really loved what I saw. And so about a month later, this was in 2016, and then about a month later, around September, August, September of 2016, I saw an advert for textiles, classes in textiles, sort of 10-week workshops in textiles at my local adult learning centre. And I was on maternity leave at the time, so I thought, why not? It was sort of 2 hours a week. You know, I didn't think it was much of a commitment, you know, something I could do. And so I did it and loved it, and just did so many classes, and it just went from there.
And then did you learn about these fabrics there, or did you already know about these fabrics before you started going to the classes?
A bit of both.
Right.
So I did know something about these fabrics. Before learning to sew, I would take fabric to a tailor. Or to tailors.
Yes.
So I had an idea about
so you knew
what
fabric that you liked, and
colour and that sort of thing. But I learnt more about the actual fabrics when I did my African fashion. So I did African fashion twice, 2 separate workshops on African fashion. And,
Oh, brilliant. So before that, you just thought, I need a new dress, I'll choose some lovely fabric and I'll take this lady or this gentleman and they'll make it for me.
Exactly.
Not even any inkling of like, I could make that dress, or I could put that dress together. I think it's brilliant. And the fact that it's all from 2016, I just think it's amazing. Right, so the first hour, now I'm a bit worried because we've got 55 minutes or 50 minutes, and I don't think the stock is going to last 50 minutes. So we might have to do a lot of, if you've got any questions you want to ask, any comments, please do get them in. They're all working now. Facebook Live is working. The little white thing across the bottom is working. So please, please, please get your message in. We're going to start with the trousers. Oh, there you go. There's both. So they're the trousers that we're doing. And the lovely skirt. Now that skirt, remember the dress, sorry, dress. I said earlier about placing of fabric. That's a really good example of how you would place the fabric to make the dress. Anyway, we're going to do trousers first. So now this is the pattern on its own. You may have some fabric of your own already that you want to make them out of. Okay, very, very limited. Very, very limited. It goes from a size 8 to 26. We'll talk more about them. And if you've got any questions about them, about any of the pattern or anything, please, please, please do get in touch. I'll just show you on the back here. You've got a size chart. You've got your finished garment size here. And everything you need to know. $14.99. So inside there will be the pattern. And there will be a little booklet. And I say little booklet, it's a beautifully photographed booklet of how to actually make those trousers. And I know trousers worry a lot of people because producer Hannah, she made a pair of trousers, not recently, but she made a pair of trousers. She made 2 left legs somehow, but she then still put them together and still tried to wear them. She got 2 left feet dancing wise, but not 2. Anyway, look, these are the trousers on the table here.
Yes. Not in fabric that we have.
Right, okay, so this is just a pair of trousers. We have not got this colourway today. No, I love the fact you've done one leg different to the other on those.
Well, I thought that works it looks good, actually.
So just tell me about them. So they're elasticated waist, aren't
Elasticated waistband. In the envelope, in the pattern envelope, there are 2 sheets. So one sheet will have the front leg and waistband pieces, and then the other sheet will have the back leg and pocket. I think it's that way, something like that. And so you will, it's very simple.
It's very simple.
It's very simple.
It's very simple.
As trousers go, they are about as simple as it's possible.
Perfect, which is what a lot of people want, isn't it? Now, also, I think it must have pockets. The ladies on the model that's modelling them's got the pockets in.
Again, inseam pockets, very similar to the Althea skirts, inseam pockets.
Okay. Now, this one's got a difficulty rating of 3.
Yes, I mean...
So slightly more difficult than the skirt, but still not...
Still not difficult, just because it's so easy to put sort of 2 together. And
well, I tell Hannah that.
It's very easy to do, so...
Okay.
And then sort of working out, one leg going in the other and then pulling all that jazz. But,
lovely wide hem on them as well, which is a very, very flattering line, isn't it?
It is very flattering. Very flattering. But if you wanted it, if I bring this up a bit, if you wanted to make this narrower, you can. For some, it may be a bit too wide. If you want to make it narrower, you can. So.
Perfect. Yeah, because my mum was an apple shape, so she couldn't have anything tapered. She'd look lovely in these, but I'd had to shorten them first.
Yes.
She was only little sort of thing. But they're very easy. It's not a difficult pattern to adapt.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Okay, so let's see what we've got. That was the pattern on its own, which is about to sell out. So let's just do, I've got SLAD29, first of all. Oh, wow. Wow. There's only one of these left, but look at the fabric. So you get the elastic, you get the thread, and then you get this incredible... Oh, now, will the zigzag go... How will it be on placement? Let's have a look. We haven't got the...
No, we haven't got that one, have we?
Oh, my word, that's incredible, isn't it? So now, so you'd have that going down the leg, wouldn't you, like that? Wouldn't you? Would you do it that way?
I'd do it the other way.
Oh, would you? So you'd have it... Hang on. So I'd do it that way.
Yeah.
So the zigzags go down the leg. You'd have the zigzag going round the leg. You'd have it go that way, would you?
No, I'd cut the leg. I'd lay the pattern piece that way.
That way?
Yeah. So it's going down that way.
Love. I mean, it's beautiful, isn't it? $49.99, that is. Now, remember, these go up to size 26.
Yes.
There's enough fabric here to make your size 26, right? But it also means that if you make the size 8 or the 10, you'll have fabric left over.
Yeah.
Beautiful, that's going to go. Oh, there's so much fabric in here, it's lovely. It's really beautiful. Now, remember, wash your fabric first before you cut it out. Just having that conversation then. Right, so hang on, let's put that
and it's got a feel as a sort of a dry cotton, I think you'd agree, yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, it doesn't feel like, you see, a lot of people think, oil, they think it's going to be sticky or kind of a little bit. That's just like you said, dry cotton. It's very straight, but it's lovely. Right, okay, so that's that one. Let me put that one away. Then, we're now moving on to KOAD24. Oh, there's only one of these left as well.
This is my favourite.
This is your favourite? This is lovely, right? So you get the pattern. Oh, Oh, now it looks like the one we had in the
Yes.
navy blue earlier.
Yes.
But
It's
that is
same design, just different colourway.
flowers in the window in pink. That's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. Emily says, love the trousers and all of Adaku's patterns. What fabric could you use to make the trousers out of if buying the pattern alone? Well, apart from an African wax cotton,
Yes.
you could buy any quilting weight cotton would work,
Yes,
wouldn't it?
it would.
Now, could you also make it in a lighter weight fabric, like as in a, not as light as a lawn, but a poplin? Because
Yes,
then you wouldn't
I
have as
think
much
so.
structure, but you'd have that lovely...
Because because there's a lot of fabric, I think it would have this lovely sort of swishing effect.
Swishing.
Swishing.
Swishing. That's a lovely word.
Swishing effect.
Swishing effect. Yes, like kind of, it will, won't
Yeah,
it?
it
Like
will.
that beautiful, like kind of, it'll drape beautifully.
It will drape,
So
yeah.
if you wanted to have a bit of structure, use like a quilting cotton. You could use a lighter weight, like a poplin, or a heavier lawn.
Yeah, corduroy.
Oh, a what?
Corduroy.
Oh, corduroy, like a needle. Do you mean a needle cord, or
Yes.
would you go wider?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Both would work.
I'm not sure.
But both work. But if you did the wide one, then the trousers would have that lovely form. You wouldn't have the swishing so much.
No,
You'd
you
have
wouldn't
the
have the
lovely.
swishing.
It would look like an elegant evening gown.
Yes,
almost.
yes.
You could use now. Could you use a stretch jersey? I'm not sure if you'd use a jersey or cotton. You know, like a sweatshirting or something. It might all.
I'm not
Might
sure.
be too wide, I think, for that because it might be too much fabric then. But any fabrics like that, Emily. Princess says, I love these African print fabrics. Would they be okay for a larger lady to wear, as in the large prints, I mean? Well, when I was styling, and I still style a couple of people, the ladies who were more voluptuous or curvaceous loved a big print because it's all about the proportion, isn't it? So sometimes a bigger print works much better. So Princess, I'm not calling you voluptuous. Oh, you are voluptuous, but they would work. But then they also work on petite as well, don't they?
Yes.
Because they're also like yourself. They work on a petite, but for a voluptuous lady, curvaceous lady,
Yep.
don't be frightened
No.
by them.
No.
Would you agree?
Completely,
Yeah.
completely. Twirl, twirl, twirl.
Yes.
I think is.
Yeah. What you could do is you
Yeah.
could do one out of calico
Yeah.
and draw pictures the size of your flowers on it,
Yeah.
and you'll be able to see. But I
You'd
just
have an
think, yes,
idea.
Princess, they would look lovely.
Yeah.
Would look lovely. Okay, next one. Oh no, Derek saying, "Oh, I need all of these fabrics. They're going to make amazing shirts." Well, yes, Derek, you could buy that kit. Give the pattern to somebody as a present. You make a shirt out of what's left over. That's what
I
you
love
could do.
your shirt, by the way. I was watching
This one?
in the break
Yeah.
when I was off, and I love that.
Oh, thank you.
I'd only just noticed. So they're dancing.
They're like
oh,
Fred,
that's
and,
lovely.
Fred and Ginger.
That's
yeah.
lovely.
It's really weird because the first time I wore this one, we got lots of messages going, "Oh, don't like your shirt."
Oh no, it's great.
Thank you. Right, here we go. So this one's got demo written on twice. EAAD 68. I'm getting excited just opening the pack because I don't know what fabric. Oh, so this is the tortoise
Yeah, the
shell.
tortoise shell.
But
yes.
in blue.
Yes.
Oh, no, that's nice.
It's very exquisite, really.
I just think the thing about them all is the colour, the proportion, the pattern, because it's sort of got a tradition, but it's also very contemporary.
Contemporary, and completely. I think that was one of the first things you said when you and I
Yes,
were working on
yes.
these together.
Oh, that's beautiful. So you get the elastic, you get the thread, you get enough fabric to make any size up to the size 26, and you get the instructions. And you get all the how to get in touch with Dovetailed and Adaku and how to look after your fabric and everything like that. All that comes in the box there. Oh, Princess says, thank you very much indeed. Your pleasure. Right, Laurie says, as of 10:57 this morning, I am now a British citizen. So pleased. Oh, congratulations. Everybody knows Laurie. Oh, how lovely. Well
That
done,
is
Laurie.
lovely.
Oh. Right, okay, next one. Remember, any questions you got, please get them in. Please get any questions in. This one is NFAD 69. Oh dear. These are all so limited now. Claudette trousers. Oh, now. You see, this is the print that Adaku's wearing.
Yes,
but this is in the orange.
Correct.
Now, you see, the thing that's clever about them, with some skin tones, if you're very pale, you sometimes veer away from some colours. But this is going to suit anyone, isn't it?
I agree.
Suit absolutely any skin tone. It's going to look gorgeous, isn't it? Whether you're blonde and blue-eyed and very fair, whether you've got red hair, oh, it'd look amazing. If you've got, I'm thinking of an Irish lady with long red hair then, that'd be amazing. But any colour skin tone, that is going to look beautiful, isn't it? $49.99. This one's called Roll of the Dice on Orange. You get the thread, you get the elastic, you get the fabric. Again, I'm just stressing because everybody knows, because we have people bobbing in and goes from a size 8 to 26, right? There's enough fabric in there to make the size 26. So if you are making the 8, then you've got plenty left over.
You'll have plenty left over.
Yeah. Remember, wash your fabric first, though. How did you hem yours? Did you just roll them up and do a machine line? How did you do that?
Yes, so I in the instructions, I just say to turn under twice, and then machine stitch with a 1 centimetre seam allowance.
Yeah.
On these, I overlocked first and then just turned under once.
Oh, okay, but if you haven't got an overlock, you just turn them up twice.
Yeah.
I quite like it turned up twice because it gives it that, it's going to give it that extra, not structure, but it's going to give it that extra fullness.
The finish
at the bottom.
as well
so
at the
it's
bottom.
going to make it, give it that lovely finish to it.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant, that's going to go. One more left in the trousers.
And also just to say, which we said earlier, that if you are, and perhaps if you're in the bigger sizes, then you may benefit from cutting it on the cross grain because you get more fabric.
Yes, yeah. And also on the cross grain, it's gonna drape better on the cross, and also it's got movement on the cross grain as well. So it's not, if there was a little bit where it might be a bit tight, it's not going to be tight because you've got the stretch in it as well. So with these fabrics, you can do that. You can do it that way or that way or that way. You can do whatever you like with these. Last one now, DPAD64. Oh, look, this is that crisscross check from earlier. So you get the pattern, you get the elastic. Then this, now, it maybe if that other colourway, the orange colour, it was a bit too bright for you. That's lovely, isn't it? This is called Fashionably Late. So any reason behind that? No?
No, not especially.
But you name all these fabrics.
I name
don't
all
you?
of them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a hidden meaning that she's not going to tell me. You're always late then.
But, you know, wearing it, then you have every right.
Right to be fashionably late. Oh, thank you. Loving Adaku's dress, is there a pattern?
Yes.
Is this it?
That's the one.
Coming up in a minute. Who's that from? Ruby. In 2 minutes we'll be doing it. 2 minutes we'll be doing it. That's lovely. That as when you sit at home, well, not sit at home or your workshop, how do you even choose which one you're going to make? Because you must love every fabric you pick. But how do you not in your stash going, oh, I'm going to make a dress out of this, I'm going to make a top out of this, I'm going to...
It's only because I don't have the time. Otherwise I would. I mean, the pink one, I have to try and keep some back before it's all gone.
Also, what did I see on your social? Because we can follow you on social media, can't we? Dovetailed.
At Dovetailed London.
At Dovetailed London. At Dovetailed London. I missed that out earlier. Did you do a pop-up shop or something?
I did.
What was that?
It was great. So I have a studio in East London, and it's, you know, the rooms, the units, so they're not that big, but they let us hire out the gallery space, and so I hired out the gallery space. It was amazing.
And you just set up a shop?
I just set up. It was the whole weekend, and there's another one at the end of October.
Oh, where's that then?
So that's the same location.
In East London?
In East London.
So if we watch out on your, when you put it on your Facebook or your social media, so we know. Because I only saw it, I think, after the event sort of thing.
Yeah,
not that I'm in East London, but I know
good.
a lot of people, a lot of my friends
would
have loved to have popped along.
Oh,
to it,
excellent,
so
excellent. I'm also going to be at festival, aren't I?
Are you doing Festival of Quilts? You got a stall at Festival of Quilts?
Yes.
Oh, brilliant. Do you know your number? Do you know?
B28.
B28, Festival of Quilts.
Come on
B28.
over and say hi.
Oh, you'll have a lovely time, I'm sure. Right, okay, so that's all the trousers. Hang on, that goes in there. That's all the trousers. Now, let's move on to the dress. Oh, no! Ruby, the pattern sold out on its own. There it is. It's sold out on its own, though, I'm afraid. Right, twice as many people want it as the amount we had. So you've got to come back soon because we
I will.
need more of these.
I will.
Right, okay, so that's the dress. That's the dress. That's there. Right, so now the pattern's gone on its own. But obviously get the pattern in the kit. So if there's one of these, Ruby, if there's one of these fabrics you love, then now's your time to come in. RWADO2. Oh, look. This is going to look amazing in this. So now, I'll just tell you, the pattern is here. It's a boat neckline dress with patch pockets this time.
Yes.
Size is 8 to 26. And then again, there's enough fabric in here to make your size 26. So whatever size you're making is enough fabric in here.
Correct.
But I can see now around the up. So now, I'm going to ask the same question.
Yes.
If they don't want to use the bias binding.
Yes, they can make, there are instructions in there.
In here. So inside this pattern, there are instructions of how to make the dress. There's the pattern pieces, but there's also a booklet on how to make your own bias binding. So if you didn't want to use this high quality bias binding, you could make your own bias binding out of this fabric or another fabric that you've got that you want to make a contrast bias binding to. But all of that is included in that price there. So this is $49.99. You don't need anything else at all. You get a huge amount of fabric in there. Beautiful, isn't it? Oh, is it sold out? Okay, you got your bias binding, and you've got your thread, and you've got your... Now, just talk me through this dress, because it's... Yeah, go on, sorry.
Sorry.
No, sorry, Paul was butchering on about something.
God. So you have this sort of boat neckline, front and back pieces, pockets. Not that you could see. I'm so proud of these. Look, Esme would be so thrilled with this pattern matching. I think Esme would be very pleased with this pattern matching. Pockets. So there's only 2 meters of bias binding because the neckline is hemmed, the sleeve line is hemmed.
Yeah.
But the finished with bias binding,
yeah.
finished with bias binding, but the hem is just turned under.
Yeah, but it's a hem. And is there no shaping in it? There no darts
So there are, darts.
Okay.
Small darts.
Yeah. So it's simple.
Yes.
Very easy. Very easy. And also, depending on the fabric, because if you look at this, that looks a completely dressed to the one that you're...
Does it?
You know what I mean? So it's like, if you made it up in different fabrics...
Sure.
If you know it fits you and you know you're comfortable in it and you love it...
Oh, yeah.
Make it in 4 or 5 different fabrics.
No, I've had a customer tell me that she made this dress 9 different fabrics.
But the thing is, it's a kind of dress that if you know it's comfortable, it's like back when I had money and I'd go into Prada and I'd buy a Prada shirt in pink and I'd also buy it in blue, in green, not anymore, exactly. But you know what I mean? It's kind of like if you know something fits you and it suits you, then why not? I think Anna Sewing Nut would love this. As one of our ladies who watches.
Oh, I know Anna.
Oh, do you know Anna Sewing
Yeah.
Nut? I think that's her. That dress is just her. I think she'd love that dress, wouldn't she? Adaku is so beautiful inside and out, and these patterns and the wonderful fabrics, they're such good value. Linda, thank you. That's for Adaku, not
Linda,
me.
thank you. That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Okay, let's move on from that one then. Oh, hang on. Paul's wanting to call the shots now, isn't he? EWA, the one at the bottom of the pile. There we go. Here we go. Oh, there you go. It's this one again. Lovely. Tortoiseshell one. Pattern. Oh, binding. And your thread. It's fantastic. You get everything. You need nothing else whatsoever. You can make the whole... So when this box arrives at your house, you can get it out, wash it, and start straight away, couldn't you?
Yeah.
It's brilliant, isn't it? There's the Meghan dress there.
Or you can buy it as a gift if you are feeling like gifting.
Self-gifting's the best way to go, I think. Yeah. So this one is tortoiseshell on blue in the dress, the Meghan dress and everything's beautiful, isn't it? Now this is only a 2 star thing. So it's even simpler than the trousers.
Yes.
How brilliant. The pattern pieces are so... I'm not going to open any of these patterns because they're all selling out, but the pattern pieces are on good quality paper. All the sizes have... You know, normally you have all the different dotted lines and everything. We have different dotted lines and different colours on these patterns. And the size range is incredible. Because what you've got to remember is when you draw up a pattern, if you draw, what size do you draft up to? Do you your
Start
first
with
one?
12.
12, right? So when you go from a 12, I was going to say 12, but I just want to check. To go down to an 8 or go to a 6, you don't just make it bigger or smaller. It's not about just adding a bit on here, a bit on there. You have to actually grade the pattern. And the amount of work it takes to grade a pattern from a 12 to a 26 or a 12 down to an 8 is incredible, really, because you have to take everything. You take shoulders into consideration, the darts into consideration, the proportions into consideration. So it's not just, oh, you draw one and then you just add a bit for the different sizes. It's all done. There's a lot of work gone into all these patterns. So even on like the simplest of dresses, it's still a lot of work. It's the same amount of work as if you have any garment. Right, to grade it up or grade it down, there's always, like, just, the movement of the darts and all that sort of thing. It's all really, really important. Right, okay. So that's that one. I don't know. Okay, next one. If you're not going to pick, am I picking this one then? Just do what you want, John. I don't care. XYAD20. Let's just have a quick look at it. Please be careful. More people got this in their baskets than they've got actual stock. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Flowers in the window. There's way too many of you got that in your basket. That's going to sell out. That's going to sell out. Let's just look at the colour of the trim there. The brown trim, the brown thread. The thing is, I know that you're going to enjoy making these. And I also know that they're the kind of garments that when you finish making them, you're going to be so happy.
Yes.
Sometimes you can put a pattern together, can't you? And then you think, after all that work, and I don't really like it. I know. Well, Adaku wears them all, basically. And if a designer's wearing their own clothes, and you're all messaging in about how beautiful she looks, and how beautiful her clothes are, and everything like that, one's sold out. That one's sold out. That one's sold out. Unbelievable value for money, says Princess. I should be getting the trouser pattern kit when I next get paid. Sue says fantastic range of sizes on the pattern, which is very important, isn't it? Some stop at 16. Well done for catering for us larger ladies. Sue, more curvaceous, we like to say.
Yes.
But it is brilliant because a lot of designers don't go that big. Was that one of your, when you first started, you thought, I don't want anyone to miss out on it or whatever?
Not initially,
Oh, okay.
but I very quickly cottoned on.
Okay, but it's true because it immediately doubles your amount of customers. If a pattern stops at 16, then and also we all know that body shapes are changing.
Yes.
You know, from 40 years ago, we're an awful lot bigger on the whole than we were 40 years ago. So, you know what I mean? And we have to take everybody into consideration. And everyone wants to look beautiful, don't they? It doesn't matter.
Can do.
Yeah, oh, and can do.
I mean,
yes.
I mean, I'll never forget one of my tutors said that, you know, with women, and men, but, you know, with women, you know, rather than sort of trying to squeeze into a size, if you make the garment that fits your shape, you'll look beautiful.
But also, yes, exactly. And there's something about stepping out in an outfit that you know you feel good in. Sometimes I'll put a shirt on in the morning to come here and I'll be like, oh, it's a bit... And all the time you're kind of conscious. And it's the same with any outfit, isn't it? It's like when you have your hair done, isn't it? You walk out of that salon walking a completely different person. If you've got a dress on that you feel fantastic in, and like you say, everybody can feel beautiful. Everybody can do it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what shape you are, what size you are, you can go out there and you can feel beautiful. And I just think wearing a bold print like this, you step out and you'll just feel fantastic. And you're right, it's kind of like, to begin with, you just kind of think, oh, I'll do a size 12, size 14, 16 maybe. But it's important to include all of us, really, isn't it? So good to have Adaku back on our screen, says Laura. Beautiful fabrics. I've made laptop bags with her first bundle of fabrics. Ooh. Thank you, Sewing Street, for bringing her back. Lorraine Fraser says she's definitely curvaceous. And yes, lots of people going on about how lovely it is to see you and to see your bigger size dresses. Right, I've only got two. How am I going to do this? I've only got two left. I've got two left. They're both limited. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. Get your questions in. Get your questions in.
We can talk sewing bee.
Yes, we could. Yes, exactly. I'll get the sewing machine out. Right, I've now got... Oh, sorry, you need this one. EBAD58. Let's have a quick look at this. Oh, you see, that's... Now, you could have a dress like Adaku's, but in the orange tones. So many people have got this in their basket. Let's have a look at... There you go. Can we see the back?
Yes.
So cute, isn't it? So lovely. Also, it's nice if you like to wear a bra with wider straps. The straps are wide enough, aren't they? You're not going to have. I noticed on what you can turn back around. Here.
Sorry.
But I noticed on. I saw a lady the other day, and she had a really, really lovely top on. But then I could see her. And I know you need the wider straps and for comfort and everything like that. But I just want to go up and just tuck it into it. You're going to be fine with this dress, aren't you? Because the straps are wider. But also, what's lovely? Oh, no fastenings actually. There's no zips or anything.
No zips, no fastenings. Really simple.
That's sold out, by the way. Sold out. Really, really, really so easy to wear, easy to look after as well. Throw it in the washing machine.
Yep.
Give it a quick press and it's done, isn't it?
Yep. And also, I have
Oh, what?
on Instagram, teachers that I know who buy my fabric. And this is ideal for work as well. I mean,
yes.
If you're a teacher or, you can sort of wear this to work.
Oh, I'm thinking, yes. And also it's hard wearing as well.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about because at school we have spillages and all sorts of things like that. You know what I mean? You don't have to get home, throw it in the washing machine. It's hard wear. You've got little kids tugging at it the whole time.
Maybe not primary, maybe secondary.
Yeah. Well, you could wear it to primary, really. You just might have to take 2 with you in the morning.
Bring your apron.
And then last but not least... Oh, look, there's that beautiful... Oh, they love the yellow on this one. So this is $49.99. Look at that beautiful fabric.
So you get more fabric in the dress and the trousers, hence the price difference.
Oh, yes, of course, yes. I think we can see that. It's lovely. And again, it goes up to a size... Please be careful if you've got that in your basket. Goes up to a size 26. 8 to 26, remember. It's gone, sold out. I've got nothing left then. Hang on. There's one that you've not all checked out on yet. Which was it, trousers or dress? Oh, okay. Kenny? We haven't got that colourway though. Oh, that one. There you go. So I think that was the first one I showed, wasn't it? Oh, no, that wasn't one of the last ones, was it? RD. There you go, it's the first one I showed. There it is. First one. There you go. There's a couple of those not been checked out yet. That's the only one, fashionably late. And wearing this, you can be fashionably late. Beautiful. Princess says... Oh... Oh, Princess said thank you for making her feel special. That's all right, my lovely. Aww. Right, I don't know what we're going to do now, Dark. We've sold everything. You can go home. Just time to train home. Right, so Paul, what shall we do? Shall we I'll have a chat. He says have a chat. I'm ever so sold out. Right, now's your chance. Get your questions in now. Any questions for Adaku? Any questions about the fabric, any questions about her, any questions about her designs or anything like that, or a book which is sold out today as well, please just get in touch straight away. How's Catherine Wright watching? Isn't she supposed to be in there? Oh, is she? Anyway, I don't really know what to ask because we've covered everything, haven't we? Fabrics, what's coming up in the future. When are you... how do you choose your fabrics? What are your... Because you must be offered or see lots and lots of samples.
Yeah.
How do you choose your fabrics?
So I think the first thing would have to be that they are authentic products, because there are a lot of African prints that are not the best quality.
Right. Okay.
Or they're a poly cotton. A lot of people I've seen comments. People have said that they bought it from a certain marketplace and it was a poly cotton.
Right.
And then the authentic nature of the fabric as well. And then it's a question of, well, what could it be? So it's a case of I'll look at it and think, well, what could that be made into? And if nothing comes to mind, then I probably won't get it.
Oh, even if you saw one and go, oh, it's absolutely fabulous, but I can't think what to make out of it, you'd have to push it to one side.
Yeah. But that doesn't happen very often.
No. And how do you end up not just buying all your favourite colour? Like, I'd be rubbish as a buyer because I'd only be buying things that I like.
That took time. That
Yeah.
took time. It was from the beginning. I was conscious to, whilst I am buying, but to almost remove my preferences from the buying process.
Yes. Yeah.
Some of the ones I like, naturally, but others, I've become better at sort of saying to myself, well, just buy it and see.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Get a small amount, and nearly always they.
But the trouble
are
is,
popular.
every time I've seen you on Sewing Quarter, I've not been with you on Sewing Street yet, but until today. But it sells out anyway. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So there's obviously something going on there that you're buying what people want to buy. I think. And did you have? Is there anybody the kind of creative side?
Yeah.
Is that come from the gene? Like nobody in my family, they're all scientists or
Right,
pilots. You know what I
right.
mean? There's nobody got creative
Interesting.
side in mind. Did you have a creative streak in your family?
I did. I mean, I did have. I found out after I started sewing and making clothes and making patterns that my grandparents on both sides, my grandmothers on both sides, one sold African fabric in northern Nigeria in the 60s.
Right.
And the other had her own sewing school. In the house, I think. But yeah, she'd have girls come and, you know, they'd sit and, you know, learn how to sew. And
How brilliant.
I know, but I didn't know this, you see, when I was at the bar. I had no clue. No one had mentioned it. And then just sort of in passing, someone said it. I thought, what?
Oh,
So-
I just think it's fantastic you found your vocation. Will you be creating patterns for children? Oh, good questions. Particularly 2 to 5, boys' dungarees, etc. Not specific at all.
No, not
for you,
specific
is
at
it?
all. I'm not sure. They are fiddly. They are
Yeah, but
fiddly.
simple children. You see, simple children's
Yes,
clothes would
yes.
first of all work really well.
They
in your
would,
fabric
yes,
because
they
of
would.
the colours.
Yes.
But also because, like we were saying earlier, that the quality of the fabric is
Yes.
a good quality fabric. Something to think about, though, isn't it?
It's something to think about. I have to say, on the B, Children's Week is always the one that I'd know. I'd just
Yeah, well, no.
because everything's so
little,
miniature.
yes. Yeah. Well, when I trained at Wimbledon, when we first made our first costume, we did them all quarter scale because obviously to not waste fabric. I think. So I got used, but it's so. When you've got big fat
God.
sausage fingers, like, it's not the easiest thing at all. Oh, that's a good question, though.
It is a good
Julia.
question. Thank you.
We've got other questions. Here you go. Hi, John and Adam.
It's the typo.
I was gonna say
predictive
Adam.
text.
How do you press wax fabric, please? Thank you from
Press.
Carol in County Antrim. That'll be your what's it, won't it? Your,
Predictive text.
That's the word. Yeah.
You can press. I mean, you can use a pressing cloth, or with a medium heat, you can press directly onto the fabric, or you can press on the wrong side just to be on the safe side.
When you've washed it, though, can you just use it like? Can you just press it like a normal cotton, or do you still
Yes.
need to protect it? Do you think? You see, when I've used it in the past, when it's brand new, I haven't ironed the main side because it did have that kind of finish to it.
Right.
When I've washed it,
Yes.
I've just used it
I think
like a
that's
normal
how
cotton.
that's how I do it. That's
Because
how I do
when
it.
you first get it, there's some you won't get it in here, but when you buy it on the bulk, there are labels, aren't there?
Yeah.
They always put them on the right side of the fabric. And
I
you're like,
know.
what have you done that for?
I know.
But steaming it and everything gets it off,
Yes,
doesn't it? So
yes.
you obviously can use an iron.
Yeah.
I would say wash it and then just use it as a normal cotton because. Not that it's got oiliness in it, but because I think we all put in our brain, like I said earlier, we all think, oh, oil, it's slippery and things.
Yeah.
It's not like that
No,
at all. It's just the way it's made, isn't it?
Yes,
really?
it's the technique
Yeah,
rather than the fabric.
Than the finished fabric.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Another question. Hi everyone, lovely show. You were saying earlier that you can make trousers not as wide in the leg. How would you do this? From Anne in East Yorkshire.
Okay, so you take your pattern piece, get a ruler, and just decide how much you want to come in. I probably start sort of midway down and then just sort of decide from here how much, oh sorry, I don't know if anyone can see that. Just decide how much you want to come in and then just take your ruler and draw a line.
Would you only take it off the outside, or would you take it off the outside and the inside?
Oh yes, sorry, I've got both little
that's fine,
fingers.
'cause there you go,
Just
the
trying to
buttons on there,
say.
yeah.
Sorry, yes,
Yeah.
both sides
Sides.
come in as much as you want to, and then you'll want to find a point where it will join up again. You see, so
Yes.
you'll want to just sort of follow the the shape of the outside line.
Yes. Where's the pocket on those? Because you don't want to
Yes,
obviously
you
go
don't
any
want
higher
to
than
go,
the pocket, do you?
which is why I suggested about halfway down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yes, the pocket's here.
Right. So you can graduate it anywhere from a couple of inches below
Yes,
the pocket.
yes.
But what you don't want to do is try and make it into a tapered trouser because it's
No.
not that shape, is
No.
it? Having said that, you could make the lovely haremi pant. You could almost put it like that and then put an elasticated cuff on it and make that really lovely
nice.
harem
Yes,
shape, couldn't
yes,
you? Especially
yes.
once they've been washed and everything.
Yes.
If you like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
if you
if
just
you
want to
like
make
that.
it slightly narrower,
Yeah.
then do exactly as Adaku said,
yeah,
Jan.
yeah.
So literally go a couple of inches below the pocket or where you want to, work out how much narrower you want it in the leg,
Yep.
and then literally just draw a line. And you just have to, the only place you have to watch is where your new line joins the old seam line. 'Cause
Yep.
you don't want to point, do you?
No,
'Cause
you
that'll
don't want to
create
point.
a
Yep.
sticky outy bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you. Good question. Is there another one to say? Morning both. If you are an odd size, 16 top, hang on, size 16 top, 18 waist, 20 hip, what size would you choose on the dress pattern from Elaine in Melton Mowbray? Good question.
Great question. I would choose the 20.
Right.
And I would grade between the top and the bottom.
Right, okay.
So I'm not sure which pattern she would be referring
what
to.
did the question, can we just see the question again, sorry? Hang on, just put the question back in, I was saying. What size you choose on the dress pattern? So we only have one dress pattern, yeah.
Yes, so the 20. And then what I do is take your pattern piece
Yeah.
and actually measure across.
I'm going to get one out so we can have a look at it on the thing.
I mean, I say this because I think it really helps to actually measure the pattern piece.
Yes.
And people don't really seem to like to do that, but it really does work and just saves you kind of a lot of bother. I
Yeah,
would
because
say.
you've got the finished sizes on there,
Yeah.
so actually measure yourself. So.
Yeah.
This just shows you how beautiful these patterns are. Look at the coloured lines. Oh, now, actually, these are solid. I said they had dots and everything. The ones before had dots. These are solid lines, aren't they? Right, okay, so look, first of all, so there's the dress. So you're
Yeah.
saying
I'm saying trace the 20.
20, so that's the blue. So follow the blue line.
Follow the blue.
Right.
But then once you've traced the 20, what you'll need to do is come in.
Yes.
So where at the waist it's smaller, at the bust is smaller.
Yes.
If you measure your bust, measure your waist, and then measure the pattern piece, you'll know how much you need to come in by.
Yes. And all you do is you can just graduate it between those lines because you can see it's the same shape. So if you want it wider at the hip, then you just graduate it into the waist. Then if you want to graduate it out again for the bust, depending on what shape you are, if you're hourglass, you can go from out to in to back out again. Or that one went from a 20, which is the blue,
to a 6,
to an 18, to a 20, to an 8. Hang on, have I got this right?
Sort of 16.
Basically, you can just follow the lines in that way.
Yes,
And you just
yes.
grade between the lines. Again, do a toile.
Yeah.
Before you cut into your best fabric, do a toile. But look, this is brilliant as well. Didn't notice this. You've got the, if you need to make it longer or shorter,
yeah.
you can just chop along here, either push it down a bit, and then what you do is you join those lines together so they're
Yeah.
smooth,
Yeah.
or you fold it up, you cut it out of their fold. There's your grain line. It's on the fold. And then this is what I'm saying about grading earlier. Look, you have to work out all of these different shapes when you're grading, because look at the different shape neckline, look at the different sizes in shoulder, look at the different shape of armhole. It's all graduated through all the different sizes. And then here, look at the bust dart here. The bust dart here, depending on your size, goes to a different place and graduates down to a different line sort of thing. So it's all about that. And then what's that there? Is that the pocket? See, even your pocket...
That is the placement of the pocket. So
Right.
you need to mark that
Yeah.
on the right side with carbon paper.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
Yeah,
So, but don't draw the top line. It's all in the instructions.
Yes.
But if you draw the top line, what will happen is that once you've attached your pocket, you'll see the top line.
Yes.
And you don't want that.
No.
So just trace, I call it the U.
Of the pocket.
So mark the U, and then that's where, once you've made your pocket, that's where you'll
Place it on
place
there.
it on there.
brilliant, isn't it? Everything you need on there. Fantastic. There's another, but thank you for your question. That's a really good question. Another question now. Hello, everyone. Lovely show. You were saying earlier that you can make trousers. Oh, we've done that one. Yeah, we've done that one. There must be another one, is there? Okay, please can you tell me how to work out what size to make? Do you go by... Oh, no, never go by shop sizes. Do you really? Because you can go into Marks and Spencer's, Wallis, any shop. Depending on how they grade their patterns, they grade... you wouldn't buy... for example, a size 12 in Topshop is completely different to a size 12 in Marks and Spencer's, which would be completely different. And if you buy a pattern, a Simplicity pattern or a Vogue pattern or anything, always check your own measurements, isn't it? Which is why, where we'll put the packet, on the back of the packets, I've picked up the Claudette now, on the back of the packet, you almost ignore this because nobody knows what size you're making. What you do is these are the sizes of your body. So you need to measure yourself. Sorry, I've taken over that question. Totally. No, but you need to measure the size of your body. Then you need to look at this one because this is the actual finished size garment. So if you're a size 16, it's saying here, the size that Daku's worked to is a size 16 is a 40¼ inch bust. These are your actual measurements. A 34-inch waist and a 43¼ inch hip, right? Now, if you then make that one, the 16, the finished size are all along, I think that's finished length, sorry, but your finished sizes are along on here and everything. So what you do is you measure your body. Don't think, oh, I buy a size 16 in Marks and Spencer's, Topshop, whatever, and make a 16. You must look at your measurements, at your actual measurements. To make the pattern, would you agree?
Yes.
And also, the trouble is, sometimes you buy a pattern and you buy a size 12. You buy a size 12 in a shop and the pattern will say you're a size 14 or a size 16.
Yeah. It
There's
doesn't
no
matter.
label. There's no
doesn't
label
matter.
inside. Nobody knows.
I have a real thing about this at the moment.
Oh,
but
really?
Sort of, I think we should just free ourselves from these sizes, these dress sizes. They don't really mean anything.
No.
You know, what matters is what the tape measure tells you you are.
And how fabulous you feel in it.
And that's all that
afterwards.
matters.
Yes, exactly.
And cut that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about whether it's an 18 or a 20 or it doesn't matter.
And also we're all different shapes. We're all, you know, it's just.
And I mean, what about that thing that, you know, I was reminded when I watched the Sewing Bee that everyone, their shoulders, one shoulder is higher than the other.
Yeah. Oh, also, one boob is bigger than the other on most people, and in a different place, and everything like that. Nobody is. Only your top supermodels, and then they're the ones with the everyday life. Nobody. This is why I used to love doing makeovers and everything, because everybody's different. And somebody come into I'm a size 16, and they weren't anywhere near a 16. They were either a 12 and they thought they were 16 because they thought they had to wear bigger things, or they bought one from a shop once or anything like that. Linda says, would the fabric take shearing? I'm addicted to shearing sundresses. Yes. Oh.
I have a love for shearing.
Oh, do you?
I haven't done enough of it.
Right.
But yes, it does. Yes.
I bet it looks amazing as well.
It does look
when
amazing.
You shear it, the pattern.
I mean, on my Instagram, there are a couple of posts with some shearing.
Yeah.
It's great. Oh, it looks great.
Oh, yeah, and the weight of the fabric works.
Yes. Yeah.
Brilliant. That's a good question, Linda. Thank you. Another question, is it? Oh, it's from Heidi High. Thank you both for a fantastic show. Thank you, Darko, for thinking of us fluffy people and doing the larger sizes. From Heidi High. Fluffy. I've never heard it called fluffy before. Oh, that's fantastic. We've just got a couple more minutes. If you want any more questions coming. One more question. Here we go. When taking your measurements to match a pattern, do you have to allow for the ease of movement, or is that built in? Loving the programme, from Shirley.
Ease of movement is built into the finished garment measurements.
Right.
But you would still measure yourself because, for example, with the Priscilla top, you may find, if you're hippie, that it's snug on the hip. So having measured yourself and compared it to the finished garment measurement, you may want to cut a size up.
At the hip
At the
section.
hips.
Yes.
And then you've got the inverted pleats to bring it in at the neckline.
Yes, of course. And the pleats are brilliant because there's no darts in it. I think that's where you create your fullness and your shaping, isn't it, using the pleats. So when you're measuring yourself, It's really important. You put your tape measure around yourself. You make sure you put it in the right place. Don't be bending or slouching. Stand properly. Don't look down. Don't look down while you do it.
For you.
Try and get someone to do it for you if you can.
Yeah.
But literally, you literally measure around your bust. And all I do is I would have one finger inside the tape measure so that it's not skin tight like that.
Yeah.
You've just got one finger inside the tape measure. Same for your waist. Now remember, where you wear your trousers these days is not your natural waistline, is it?
No, it's not.
If you tie a tape measure or a piece of elastic around your waist where you think your waist is, like now, I've got these jeans on. My waist is here, right? Look where my jeans are. They're way down there. Yeah. It's sort of, you need to work out where you actually measure yourself. Yeah. And your largest hip will be 8 inches down.
From the waistline.
From the waistline. There you go. When are you back? I hope you're back very soon because I'm loving
soon,
this.
I hope. Yeah, this is fun.
No, it's lovely, but we've got to go now.
Oh, no.
Have you got a date coming in the future?
Not yet.
Well, we're going to sort it, aren't we? We're definitely going to sort it. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you so
it's been
much.
a joy
This
to
has
see
been
you.
fantastic.
Right, now I have to go now because I've got to go to Yarn Lane. I've got to run down the road. Paul's got to dress the set for Yarn Lane, So let's do tomorrow's menu. Yes, you as part of your job, Paul. Here's tomorrow's menu. Here it is. So I've got fabric collections at 8 o'clock. We've got Tim Holt, Suburban Sky Squirrel. Oh, that's lovely. I've seen that. I've unpacked already. With Catherine Wright, who's coming in now to do Yarn Lane today, but she's back tomorrow to do Sewing Street. Then at 10 o'clock, we've got a brand spanking new guest for you. Now, we don't know Gemma's last name. All we know is that she has oh so beautiful launch with Gemma. It's embroidery. It's embroidery and hoops. It's lovely. Then at 11 o'clock, Catherine's back to do pouch and retro purse. And then at 12 o'clock, we've got workshop tools. Oh, we've got the adjuster forms and everything like that tomorrow. So that is tomorrow on Sewing Street. Right now, we're going off to Yarn Lane now. Catherine Wright's here to do a show on Yarn Lane. If you're on the telly, stay where you are. You can just watch it on the telly. It's not a problem. If you're watching on YouTube, the website, or on Facebook, you do now need to go and find the Yarn Lane version. If you've bought something from me on Sewing Street this morning, your P&P is already paid if you go to come to Yarn Lane and buy anything there. It's one P&P. Different company, same warehouse. There's just the one P&P of £3.95. Also, your login, if you've never logged into Yarn Lane before, it's exactly the same as your login for your Sewing Street. Now, all the items that are on Sewing Street won't appear on Yarn Lane and vice versa. You do need to go over to the Yarn Lane website. So if you are coming over to Yarn Lane, I'll see you there in about 4 or 5 minutes' time. If you're not, I'll see you back here at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning for Sewing Street. Thank you, Adaku. Thank you, and we'll see you in 3.